2019 Georgetown Eagles State Final Baseball brought to you in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair and Remodeling, the Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Home Medical Equipment, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Hill Country Audiology, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Mill Direct Carpet, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, Specialty Restoration of Texas, and Tiffany Palmer Realtor. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Woohoo.
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Texas. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Rob.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
The University Interscholastic League would like to thank its corporate sponsors. Without the generous support of these sponsors, many UIL activities would not be possible. The UIL gives special thanks to Balfour, Baylor Scott & White, Dairy Max, Dairy Queen, Ford, Fox Sports Southwest, Gatorade, Hellas Construction, Max Preps, the NFHS Network, Nike, Register My Athlete, Spalding, and Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. These generous corporate sponsors support the UIL in all its activities, music, academics.
It's an unreal feeling, to be honest. We knew coming in we were going to take this, but to be here, it's a surreal moment. This is a dream that we've had since the beginning of the year, is to go to the Dell, and right now there's so many different emotions with the blood, sweat, and tears that I've put in every single one of these guys, and it's a really good feeling right now. Even when you're not feeling your best, even when your body's not telling you that you're 100%, you got to go out there and give everything you got for the guys behind you.
The payoff pitch, the first one, runners in motion, the pitch on the way.
There you go.
And that'll walk him, and a forced walk will bring in the run for Georgetown. Great eye by Noah Thompson. He'll get on base here in this series for the third time. He's reached on a hit and now on 2 walks in 3 games, and the Eagles take the 1-0 early lead here in the top of the first with 2 away.
Yeah, this is the beginning of the new world, baby. Marching on the front line, shaking boss crazy. Reaching for the stars, we don't stop until we get it.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon, friends, on a loud afternoon here from the Dell Diamond in beautiful Round Rock, Texas. I'm Rob Hipp alongside my good friends Dennis Allman, Kalen Welnicki, Nathan Height helping us, as well as David England. This is the 5A Championship. This afternoon, the Georgetown Eagles, the home team, they will battle the very well-coached and great team here in the state of Texas as well, the Colleyville Heritage Panthers out of 7-5A. Dennis, I'll get more into these teams before we get started. These schools, both of them, these kids have worked hard to get to this point. Both of them here today in the final game for the seniors of their high school career. This is the big show. This is it. We are ready to rock and roll, my friend.
Absolutely, Rob. Good to be here with you for this ball game, state championship game. What a thrill, folks, for our fans, for our kids, and for Colleyville and their fans as well. What a thrill for them. But this Rob, started back on February the 2nd. This whole ride started right then. Approximately 4 months and 6 days ago, these kids played their first scrimmage game, and the one goal they had was to be right here on June the 8th at noon on Saturday, and they have fulfilled that dream. Now, Rob, they're one step away from winning it all and taking home the state championship. We fell one game short in 2015. These kids are ready to right that ship and take home this championship here this afternoon.
Well, for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers, they are the away team today out of Region 1, the Region 1 champions of District 7-5A, the number 1 seed. We have them at 39-3 this season. They may have been at 40 in the playoffs at 10-1, number 2 in the Diamond Pro THSB 5A poll under head coach, 13-year head coach Alan McDougall, the assistant coaches Chris Haney, John Pavliska, Scott Pooh, and Rush Atkinson. 2018, the Heritage Panthers 32-8, 14-0 in first place. They were the regional semifinalists. Returning starters, Balanzo, Berger, Chandler Freeman, Mason Greer, Jacob Guerrero, and, of course, Bobby Witt Jr., who went second in the first round of the MLB draft. Again, the first time that Colleyville Heritage has been in the state tournament after defeating Corsicana Thursday 2-1. They got to this run starting on May the 1st versus the Denton Ryan Raiders. They defeated them in a one-game series, the Burleson Elks in 2 games. They took a 3-game victory in that, or 3-game series. They took 2 games, the best out of 3, versus the Mansfield Legacy Broncos, and then the Amarillo Golden Sandies, followed by Lubbock Monterey in 2 games. That's how they got here to the state tournament, then, of course, defeating Corsicana Thursday 2-1. For the Georgetown Eagles, the Region 3 champions out of 18-5A, the number 1 seed, 41-4-1 in the playoffs, 9-2. Under 7-year head coach Adam Foster, the assistant coaches Dusty Brindley, Jordan Vieira. 2018 saw the Eagles go 32-11-1, 14-0, 4-time district champions back-to-back. They reached the original semis last year. Returning starters Cole Posey, Jeffrey David, Jackson Seosin, Noah Thompson, Grant Wood, Jack Brindley, and Wyatt Childress. For the Georgetown Eagles, started their playoff run on May the 3rd. A 1-game series versus Pflugerville, defeated College Station in 2 games, the Porter Spartans in 2 games, and then a very tough 2-3-game series versus the Santa Fe Indians and the Magnolia West Mustangs. They lost both of those game ones, but came back to win the final 2. And then, of course, right here on Thursday, they defeated the Sherryland Pioneer Thursday, the Diamondbacks, 8-2. That 5th inning, they had 6 runs. Georgetown going to try to ride in here, Dennis, with that momentum from Thursday night.
I think so, and we really woke up to bats on Thursday night with the 9 hits, put 8 runs on the board, made a statement in that ball game as Colleyville had played a very tough Corsicana Tiger Ball Club and a 2-1 ball game. We came in and with 9 hits, put the 8 runs on the board, and walked away with the 8-2 victory, a huge victory. But, Rob, I want to say about these 2 teams, for the first time throughout the playoffs, we are basically looking at senior-laden ball clubs. The Panthers, 12 seniors and a sophomore. They'll start a senior this afternoon who is undefeated on the mound. Your Eagles with 7 seniors and 2 juniors, and we will start a senior on the mound who is 12-0, and Jack Brindley. So for the first time, we will face a team that has basically all seniors, have played probably together for a number of years, as has our kids. This ought to be a classic matchup in 5A, and one of the best. I think we're about to see one of the best 5A state championship games that's been at the Diamond here, Dell Diamond, for a long time.
Well, again, we're excited to be here. The teams now heading over to their respective lines. Georgetown lining up on the third base line. Colleyville Heritage, the Panthers, already lined up on their first base line. For Colleyville as a visiting team, they'll start in the top of the innings. The senior leading off will be the center fielder, number 12, Logan Britt. Batting second, senior shortstop, number 17, Bobby Witt. Batting third, the senior catcher, number 3, Nicholas Balanzo. Batting fourth, the senior third baseman, number 16, Mason Greer. In that 5th spot, the senior first baseman, number 19, Chandler Freeman. Batting sixth, senior left fielder, number 8, Jacob Guerrero. Batting 7th, the senior right fielder number 22, Jacob Berger. In that 8th spot, the sophomore designated hitter number 6, A.J. Smith. Batting 9, the senior second baseman number 2, Joey Ketting. For the Georgetown Eagles, they'll bat in the bottom of the innings as the home team. Leading off, the senior third baseman number 7, Jeffrey David. Senior center fielder number 13, Wyatt Childress in the 2nd spot. Batting 3rd, senior shortstop number 5, Cole Posey. 4, 5, and 6, it's the junior left fielder number 10, Ty Tilson. Senior designated hitter number 6, Wesley Dixon. Batting 6th, the senior right fielder number 17, Noah Thompson. Batting 7th, senior first baseman number 9, Grant Wood. In that 8th spot, the senior second baseman number 11, Zach Whittington. And batting 9th, last but certainly not least, and his family out here right on that first row behind home plate, the junior catcher number 24, A.J. Vasquez. We are set for a good one. Galen, good to have you up here too, my friend.
Good to be here.
I think, Rob, we're just moments away from our national anthem.
We will step aside. Please join us in honoring our country for our country's national anthem. Coverage will be right back in a few moments.
As we honor America and the brave men and women who serve to protect our freedom both at home and around the world with the playing of our national anthem.
Boy, just a beautiful playing of our country's national anthem. Dennis, as you always talk about, a lot of folks out here today honoring our country.
Oh, absolutely, and this is such a beautiful ballpark right in the left center and right center field right now. Flags are waving in the picture that they have up there. Now it's back to UIL baseball state tournament. But what a wonderful ballpark here. 325 down the lines, 375 into the gaps in left center, right center. 407 to the deepest part of the ballpark on the corners of center field, and 400 straight away to the backdrop of the green building. So we are, as we say, moments away from our first pitch. A great crowd on hand. Colleyville is bringing a great crowd in. Georgetown's actually, Rob, we're kind of dispersed throughout the park, but a beautiful, beautiful setting to see all this sea of blue.
David England down in the Georgetown Eagle dugout. David, down to you, weather conditions and more. It's a hot one today, David.
It is, Rob. Currently it's sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's a little hot. It's 90 degrees. Heat index is 94 degrees. The dew point is about 57 degrees, so that's why it's so hot and humid down here today. And I want to make note, the stadium has filled in with a sea of eagle blue, and the home run porch is packed with Eagles. And something that might come into a factor is the visiting team is wearing black jerseys, and we're wearing lighter jerseys. So it's going to help us a lot with this heat today.
David, appreciate you. We'll chime in from time to time, starting things on the hill for Georgetown. Again, they will be on the defensive to start things. It is a Georgetown pitcher, number 15, Jack Brindley, who has pitched in 21 1/3 innings here in the postseason. He has played in 5 games, started 5, won 4 of those games. He has allowed 5 runs on 13 hits. 1 of them was earned. He's walked 5, struck out 20, hit by pitch 2. He has an ERA of .328. That is simply unbelievable for a pitcher here in postseason, Dennis.
It is, Rob, and Jack is the perfect candidate to start this ball game. For the last 2 weeks, when the Eagles came down to a must-win game on Saturday, Jack took the hill both times and did a stellar and phenomenal job keeping us into that ball game. Those were on hot days as well. didn't go the distance, but with this relief corps that we have, he'll be called on today to go 4, maybe 5. I know that what Coach Brindley has said to him, Jack, go as far as you can. You give me everything you got, and when you've given me everything you got, we'll come in behind you. So looking forward to this, folks. 5A state championship game. Your Eagles, as Rob just said, are the home team. Will play defense first. Leading it off now.
Logan Britt will lead things off in his 41st game of the season, averaging .359. A right-handed batter in his black jersey, gray pants, the numbers in white. The first pitch from Brindley, right hand, swing and a miss as he brought the fastball on the first pitch. The early count 0-1.
Brent was 0 for 3. Brent was 0 for 3 in the Corsicana ball game, so he's looking for his first hit here in the state championship series.
46 hits, 41 runs this season for the leadoff Logan Britt, but the second pitch, another one as a strike in the zone, swinging 0-2.
Witt unable at all to catch up with Brindley's fastball. If you waste a pitch here or come with a breaking pitch.
Brindley's third pitch on the way. This one low into the dirt. The first ball on the third pitch, the count at 1-2.
On a day like today where the pitch count's going to be significant, I don't know if I'd waste too many pitches.
No, but you got to do that sometimes against a kid like this.
Brindley's left leg up, the right-handed delivery. This one laced over to Whittington on the ground. Whittington throws to first, and we're one away on the leadoff batter. Dennis, as you always say, it's so important to get that first out, especially on your leadoff.
It is, and when you can do that, especially with the young man coming to the plate now, Bobby Witt, and we'll talk a little bit about him, I know, as the game goes along. He was 1 for 2 in the Corsicana ball game, but he scored both their runs. Singled his first time up and then walked and came around to score. But, of course, Bobby Witt, the number 2 pick in the entire Major League draft, shortstop for the Panthers, steps in 1 for 2 in the series.
First pitch on the way to the right-handed batter, hard hit. It may drop in front of Childress, and it does, and that's a single for Bobby Witt Jr., who is on base at 575. And that'll be the single on the second batsman. It'll bring up third in the order the catcher, Nicholas Balsano.
Balsano also a high draft pick in the draft as well. So you can see where we're going with this, folks. Colleyville Heritage has got some outstanding kids on their side of the ball, but so do your Georgetown Eagles.
Balsano on base at 507 this season. He is hitting .410.
Already I see somebody down in the stands putting their scorebook to good use. They're using it as a sun shield down there.
As a shield. 0 for 3 in his Corsicana series, so he hasn't had a hit in the series yet either.
Rob, Dennis, I noticed that the radar is working for the on the scoreboard out there. Every now and then you see the pitch speed.
Appreciate that, David. Thanks for the heads up on that. Maybe the first time we've seen it here. Brindley, his next delivery on the way. Or actually the first delivery here to Nicholas Balsano. It'll go inside for a ball. The early count 1-0 with one away.
86 miles an hour on that one.
Brindley, his third pick attempt there just a few moments ago over to first.
Having scouted this Colleyville Ball Club in the Corsicana series, don't run a lot, so anxious to see what Witt does here.
Next pitch on the way. This one in the zone for a strike. The count at 1-1 on 1 out with that runner over at first, Bobby Witt. Wanted to thank our friends at Barstool Sports for sharing this game on their Instagram and Twitter feed. Thank you for that. We want to welcome in those listeners. Another pick attempt as Brindley throws to first. Wood over there. They're just keeping Bobby Witt honest over at that first base bag, Dennis.
Yeah, looking to make sure if he's going that he knows we could attempt that pickoff at any particular moment. Hit and run could be on here at 1-1.
Next pitch on the way. This one too high upstairs into the inside. The count at 2 balls and 1 strike on 1 out.
Say it always in this situation, Rob, as we get into the early part of a game. Big stage to be on right now. Jack looking to settle down just a little bit. Can be a little amped up, but settling down just a little bit here.
Shrugs his shoulders. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one popped up over to right. Thompson should be able to make the grab, With the sunshine in his face, the right glove up, and we're 2 away. Runner will not be able to advance. Witt over to second. He'll stay at first. 2 outs here. The 4th batsman coming up. It'll be Mason Greer.
Real nice 2-1 pitch by Brindley. Good fastball that Balsano just couldn't catch up with. And so Eagles looking good here, even though there's a runner at first. They're 2 down in the inning. Outfield is pretty much straight away and fairly deep. Infield, as I like to tell you, is pretty much standard at third, short, second, and first.
Mason Greer, left-handed batter. He's a senior third baseman. Another pick attempt over to first. Brindley's thrown 5 over there early.
Witt's got good speed, and if McDougal, Coach McDougal decides to send him, yeah, I thought he was going.
Next pitch on the way. This one too low and away. For a ball, the count 1-0.
One thing that's unusual here in a high school game is that both teams already have their bullpen stocked.
Well, you're going to have everybody you got down there. You don't want to keep them out of the sun, but
1-0 pitch, swung on and missed for the strike right across the zone on the fastball. The count at 1-1.
Good job by Jack Brindley to just settle in right now, just to get his composure. You said it a couple of times. Takes a deep breath on the mound.
Another pick attempt, and actually faked this one as he'll hold on to the ball. He threw it over, thought about throwing it to Wood, then pulled it back. Brindley's 1-1 on the way to the outside. Taken off over to second. The tag is there, and he's out. Caught stealing. Great play by the Georgetown Eagles. As Bobby Witt tried to steal second, Georgetown took care of business, Dennis.
Beautiful throw by A.J. Took the fastball and gunned down Bobby Witt at second. Had him by about a step or two, and your Eagles with the momentum, the crowd on their feet, coming to bat for the first time. Simply for the Panthers, no runs, that one hit. There were no errors. They ended up not leaving anybody. Your Eagles are coming to bat, folks. They have an opportunity right here to jump on Caputi really quick. Aiden Caputi, the starter for the Panthers, and take control of this game early.
We'll step aside. Georgetown Eagle Baseball on SHN Sports continues in a few minutes.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair. Mandy Murphy, cell phone and tablet repairs, including screens, charging ports, batteries, buttons, and more. Online at a1phonerepairs.com. Brennan Remodeling. Jeff Brennan, building equity since 1988. Email brennanremodel@gmail.com for all of your remodeling needs. The Central Texas Business Association, your go-to source for products and services from ethical businesses in Central Texas. Online at centexbusiness.org. Courtney Home Inspections. Chris Courtney. Whether you're buying or selling a home in Central Texas, Courtney Home Inspections is your go-to home inspector. Dedicated to customer service, a Central Texas Business Association ethical business member. Online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Gateway Mortgage Group, Matt Morrow. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. When you need lending, remember, borrow from Morrow. Online at borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS number.
Welcome back in action here from the Dell Diamond as we start things in the bottom of the first. Georgetown up to bat for the first time this afternoon here in the 5A State Championship. It's David Childress and Posey to start things on the mound for Colleyville Heritage. Caputi. Aiden Caputi, a .59 ERA, 9-0 and 13 appearances. Jeffrey David, the right-handed batter, with the right foot down in the lower corner of that right-handed batter's box. Caputi, a right-handed pitcher. Pitch on the way, high to the outside. And Dennis, just a little more description here. Georgetown in their camo jerseys this afternoon. White pants trimmed with the blue lines, and the American flag is the numbers on the back.
When necessary, it's been our Saturday uniform. So you would fully expect to see your Eagles in that camo uniform today, and it's a good-looking uniform.
Rob?
Go ahead, David.
Going to give you some dugout vision. It was all pats on the back for A.J. Vasquez as he tossed down the number 2 pick.
2-0 pitch on the way. This one to the outside. 3 pitches, 3 quick balls to Georgetown's Jeffrey David.
Just the guy that the Eagles would like to get on, not just because he's a leadoff batter, because he's very savvy and got outstanding speed.
Next one, though, across for a strike. The count at 3-1. Jeffrey David has walked 25 times this season. He struck out 12, on base at 497.
He's 1 for 3 and scored a run in the Thursday night ball game.
Next pitch on the way. Checks on this one. And the appeal down to first base, and the first base umpire said it was a strike, 3-2.
Yeah, he went, had a notion, little off-speed pitch. He tried to hold up, but just couldn't, so 3-2's the count. Both starters in today's ballgame, folks, are undefeated, so they're not accustomed to losing, so look for some competitive pitching today.
Payoff pitch on the way, this one in the dirt, and it's a leadoff walk for Georgetown's Jeffrey David, picking up his 26th walk of the postseason run, going back to Pflugerville-Weiss.
Expecting this kind of ball game to be close, look for Wyatt Childress to try to move him up to second. Balsano behind the plate, an outstanding catcher, draft pick, got a great arm. So I'll look right now for Wyatt to try to move him up for Posey and Tilson.
Wyatt Childress at bat for the Georgetown Eagles, a senior center fielder. Wyatt Childress here in the postseason run, on base at 506. He's batting .328. And that's actually season stats, not just the postseason. Wanted to make a correction there. These are season stats.
Rob, are you watching the speed on the pitches here? It's between 72 and 78 on this pitcher.
Next pitch on the way. This one right at the feet of the pitcher. And running over to first. Georgetown will get there at first and second.
That will be an infield single, Rob. So the first hit of the ball game is the ball kind of rolled through the legs of Caputi. And your Eagles are cooking right here, folks, already in the bottom half of the first inning with an opportunity to put some runs on the board. Galen, I got to tell you, I was a little surprised we didn't bunt him up.
Yeah,
Wyatt was swinging all the way. Coach Foster, and sometimes I think a kid says, Coach, I can hit him. Let me hit. And it all worked out great as the ball went off the foot, kind of the leg or the glove of Caputi. But regardless, first and second, nobody out.
Cole Posey at bat now, third in the order, the shortstop. Boise State commit. Caputi looks over his right shoulder, the pitch on the way. This one hit foul off the first base line, the first one into the stands tonight. Actually, it goes right over, bounces off the sign, and at the top of the deck, the early count 0-1. Cole Posey for the Eagles at bat. With runners on 1 and 2, no outs here in the bottom of the first. No score. The Eagles trying to get the early score. Cole Posey's got an opportunity if he can get a hit. Caputi's pitch on the way. Posey pulls back. It's called a strike. 0-2.
That was a bunt attempt that I thought might be coming, just simply to try to move runners to second, third with Ty Tilson and Wesley Dixon. He gave Posey the green light on the first strike. Squared the bunt and pulled back, was called strike 2, so Cole in a little bit of a hole.
The 0-2 pitch, he'll pick up and looks over at second to keep that runner back over there, Jeffrey David.
Rob, I've got some funny info.
Oh, what's the info, David?
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk, man.
Okay, Kelly Duvall's already gotten one warning for heckling.
0-2 pitch on the way. High to the inside. First ball here on the third, 1-2 count.
Tough situation here for Cole Posey to try to move runners, but anything to the right side would get Jeffrey David to third, possibly result in only the force at second. But we got to get Jeffrey David to third. Jeffrey David is getting a good lead out at second.
1 ball, 2 strikes, pitch on the way. That curveball way to the outside. Dennis brings the count even at 2-2.
Caputi is not sharp right now, to tell you the truth. He's struggling to find the plate. His breaking pitch has been well outside. The only strike he got was a check swing off of Jeffrey David.
The count at 1-2. Caputi left leg up, right hand delivery. Runners will take off over to second, and this may get David over at third. David will try to take off and beat it over to third. Will David get there in time? He is out. Childress over to second.
I'm thinking that I really don't think the double steal was on from Adam. I think Jeffrey went on his own. As he went, Wyatt went. Wyatt then ran, as he ran into second, occupied that bag and left Jeffrey hanging. But I don't really think the double steal was on at all. Eagles run themselves into the first out on an ill-advised base running error.
These are the plays you can't commit here deep in the postseason run, especially here in the state championship. The count, I believe it's 2-2 on Cole Posey.
I have 2-2 as well.
I did too.
Childress over at second. He'll get back over to that bag in plenty of time as Caputi keeping an eye on it. So only one runner on now for Georgetown. Over at second is Wyatt Childress after a single and stolen base moments ago. David was out there at third.
Eagles still with a golden opportunity with Wyatt Childress and his speed to score.
1-2 pitch on the way. Check on this one, and it goes foul off the first base line. The count remains 1-2. The battle starts, or 2-2. The battle starts for Cole Posey.
This early in the ball game, the outfield fairly deep for the Panthers. With Wyatt's speed, a ground single or a line drive single could score. Ground single, I think, would score Wyatt for sure. Their outfield is that deep, folks.
The count at 2-2. Caputi. Pitch on the way. It's low.
So it must have been 3-2.
It was 3-2, and that'll walk Cole Posey.
I think some confusion for us. The board's not keeping up with the count. Confusion came on the pickoff of Jeffrey David, or actually as he got thrown out trying to steal third. And the confusion, Rob, I think came because there was a pitch. Our focus got out there, and suddenly we lost that one pitch. So regardless, we got runners on first and second.
All of the infield comes in for a discussion for Colleyville Heritage, the Panthers, as Caputi will get a chat from all of his players, the coach out there as well, giving him a pat on the back. They will resume their respective positions. And for Georgetown, it'll bring up fourth in the order, the left field, junior number 10, Ty Tilson. Ty Tilson in his 47th game this season. Ty Tilson doing a great job in the game on Thursday night. He's on base at 477, batting 377. This is the Gateway Tech, or Gateway player from Georgetown last year and now playing here in 5A. He was in 3A over at Gateway last year, who made it to the state semifinals.
Rob, all three of our first hitters have reached, although the base running error cost us one out. Right now, Eagles still putting pressure on Caputi, and Caputi does not yet look comfortable to me on the mound.
Ty Tilson, a right-handed batter for the Eagles, stands with that right foot down in the center of the right box. The right-hand pitch on the way. This one in the zone. Good off-speed pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Little visit from perhaps the pitching coach. I don't think that was McDougal that came out to try and settle Caputi down.
No balls, one strike, one away. Georgetown with runners on 1 and 2. Here in the bottom of the first, no score. Caputi left leg up, right-handed pitch. Georgetown will try the double steal. They'll get there.
Absolutely phenomenal double steal.
Childress with the second stolen base. Now he'll be over at third base. And Cole Posey in scoring position over at second.
Catcher just couldn't get the ball out of his glove on that one.
Actually, I think he was going to second to try and get Cole Posey and just fumble the ball in his hands. So now a base hit can put your Eagles up 2-0. Eagles putting plenty of pressure on the Panthers, folks, this early in the ball game.
Next pitch on the way. This one a strike to Ty Tilson. The count at 1 and 2. Wanted to mention for Childress, he has been a stealing base machine, picking up his 20th and now 21st stolen base here in the postseason run. That is simply incredible.
He is. Panther defense, infield is back. They'll concede the run. So Ty's on the 0-2 pitch.
Pitch on the way. This one high to the outside. And now Georgetown is going to be stuck here trying to get over to home plate. The throw, and Posey is over at third. Georgetown will try to run back over to second. And boy, there may have been some confusion. And is Georgetown safe? He is. Wow, Dennis, that should have been a sure out.
Yeah, that was
able to run back.
That play right there, folks, was very poorly played by Balsano. Balsano gave up the out instead of trying to get it back at third. Cole Posey was standing on third. You can occupy two of you can, but the trail runner has to go back, and as Cole Posey did, he beat the throw back into second. So right now the Panthers very unsure of themselves for as good a ball club as they are. They count 2 balls and 2 strikes on the board.
Just a mental error by the Panthers. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. That'll be the second out. The first strikeout swinging goes on Ty Tilson from Caputi. 2 away with Dixon now heading to the box.
Rob, if I might, the length of this bottom of the inning has Brenly sitting on the bench, and he's cooled off now. He's been sitting on the fence. He's got his ball cap back on. He's ready.
This is a good
Wesley Dixon, your DH, is
pitch on the way to Dixon. In for a ball, it was as close to the inside. 1-0 early count with 2 away.
A couple of past ball games, I remember a double down the line back against Porter off the bat of Wesley Dixon. It gave your Eagles a 2-0 lead. If he could do it again, your Eagles would have a huge lead here early in the ball game.
1-0 pitch. This one swung foul into the back of the net, just in front of the Panther fans. The count at 1-1.
Trying to shoot the ball down that right side on a pitch that was up and away. Big ballpark here, folks, as we said, 325 down the lines. 375 to the gaps and 400 to straightaway center.
1-1 pitch. High to the outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Georgetown runners remain on second and third. It's Posey at second, Childress at third with 2 outs.
Eagle offensively, Rob, have come in here and really picked up the momentum. The fans are into it.
2-1 pitch, high to the inside. Dennis, 3-1. A lot of options here for Wesley Dixon. A good at-bat.
Don't expect to see Wesley get a really good pitch here, as there's an open base at first. It would still load him up. But Caputi, as we have said, still laboring just a little bit.
His 3-1 pitch is on the way, high, and that'll be a walk-in for the first time this afternoon. Georgetown will load the bases. It's Dixon at first, Posey at second, and Wyatt Childress at third.
Eagles have put 4 of their first hitters on base, yet to score a run. Noah Thompson can change that, folks, right here with a base hit. With 2 outs, all runners running, chance to score 2 runs right here.
Noah Thompson this season on base at 373. He's batting 283. Yesterday, or on Thursday, he was 3 for 3. First pitch on the way. He'll chop this one foul off the first base line. The early count 0-1.
That was his 25th pitch already in this inning.
Yeah, I think he's labored quite a bit. Has never been comfortable, in my opinion, since he took the hill. Just has not been comfortable out there. Eagles need to mark right here. We need to put something up on the board besides that 0.
0-1 pitch to the left-handed batter, Thompson. Too low for a ball. The count even at 1-1 on 2 outs with bases loaded.
Caputi struggling to get that breaking pitch over. I think has got to throw mostly fastballs, and Noah Thompson, an outstanding fastball hitter.
Grant Wood patiently on deck. Thompson, the pitch on the way. Hard hit! This is a base hit, and run scored for Georgetown as Thompson with the RBI single and brings in 2 for the Eagles, and on an error will advance over to second, the other runner to third, and Georgetown gets the early lead, 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Rob Noah took a fastball right down the middle, which we assumed was going to be the pitch. Ground single into right field. Simply no play at the plate. The ball came through, got away from Balsano. Eagles have runners at second and third, but the most important thing, folks, 2 runs on the board early in the ball game.
As we talk about here on SHN, get the steaks out of the freezer. It's time to cook the ribeyes, baby. 2 RBIs for the Eagles, leading 2-0 here in the 5A state championship. Runners on 2 and 3, pitches on the way to Grant Wood. That one, I believe, to the inside for a ball. The count 1-0, and Balsano will have a quick discussion on the hill with his pitcher, Caputi.
Can't tell you how important it was for Noah Thompson to come through right there. The Eagles needed at least a run, if not 2. They got the 2. Max they could get out of that base hit. Just a great job by Noah Thompson. Noah with his 3rd hit here in the state semifinal series.
They've got a right-hander with a single number warming up in their bullpen already. Looks like it might be a 3 or a 4.
Grant Wood lines this one right to Caputi. He'll flip it over. It actually ground and hopped. Caputi throws it over to first, and that'll do it. But Georgetown taking advantage with bases loaded. They were able to score 2 runs in this inning. They get those 2 runs on 2 hits.
With 2 outs.
With 2 outs. No errors, and they leave 2 on base. We'll step aside and take a break. Eagle baseball continues. Top of the second coming up.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Georgetown Home Medical Equipment, Bill Pinnell. For all of your home medical equipment needs, Georgetown Home Medical Equipment is your source. For more information, visit them online at georgetownhomemedical.com. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Joe Bob, complete and professional automotive maintenance and repairs from ASE certified technicians. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Automotive Repair is your one-stop auto shop. Visit them next to Mel's Lone Star Lanes in Georgetown. Georgetown Jewelry, Ricky Poe. Dedicated to customer service, Georgetown Jewelry is your locally owned and operated jewelry store. For all of your jewelry needs, go by and see Ricky Poe and his wonderful staff located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center off Williams Drive and online at georgetownjewelry.com. Hill Country Audiology, Dr. Marla Pinnell. Choosing a hearing professional is one of the most important decisions a hearing impaired person can make. Hill Country Audiology is committed to understanding and helping with your needs. Visit them online at hcaudiology.com.
Back in action as we get things started here in the top of the second. Dennis, a great inning for Georgetown. There was 1 error in that inning, but nonetheless, Georgetown with a 2-0 lead. You know that Colleyville Heritage here with their going back to their 4, 5, and 6. They're going to try to get something going here, trailing 2-0, Dennis.
Absolutely. The good statement inning by your Eagles came right out of the chute and put 2 runs on the board quickly. To be honest with you, stagger the Panthers just a little bit.
I believe we'll go back to 4th in the order. It is Mason Greer, the first pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Some of the Eagle fans wanted the strike called on that one.
Yeah, just a little bit off the plate.
1-0 pitch on the way. This one hit hard over to center. Childress in the sunshine takes about 7 steps back, left glove up, and he has the grab there at left center for the first out. Dennis, that's what we want to see.
Absolutely. They can hit the ball as hard as they want to as long as it's up. The wind was, at first pitch, was laid down completely. It's now begun to blow a little bit toward right center and held that ball up just well enough for Watt Childress to make that catch.
Brings up 5th in the order, the senior first baseman, number 19, Chandler Freeman for Colleyville Heritage. Back to a right-handed batter. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss.
90.
Good live fastball off of Jack Brindley, amped up just a little bit. Freeman unable to catch up with it.
Brindley's 0-1 off the right hand on the way. Another one, swing and a miss.
90 again.
So 2 back-to-back pitches right at 90 miles an hour.
That last hit was 85.
The 0-2, 1-out pitch. This one, that should be a single as it rolls over to right field. A grounder out, and it's a good job there by Freeman to get on base.
Yeah, Freeman just took a pitch that was just off the plate and kind of poked it into right field for the second hit of the ball game for the Panthers.
6th in the order, the senior left fielder, number 8, Jacob Guerrero, right-handed batter for Colleyville. This team, of course, right next to the Dallas-Fort Worth area in their first state championship appearance. Brindley, the pick attempt over to first, or actually doesn't throw it again. He's done that twice here in this game, Dennis, where he's faked it over to first.
Really not necessary to throw sometimes. You just want to keep them honest over there.
First pitch on the way, this one. Will Childress be able to get under? No, it falls right in front of him there at center field. And another single, that'll put Freeman over at second, Guerrero over at first.
Guerrero able to fist one off the lower part of the bat, just in between Zach Whittington and Wyatt Childress. And Panthers with a little something going here with 1 down, runners at first and second.
Brings up 7th in the order, the senior right fielder, number 22, Jacob Berger, a left-handed batter for Colleyville Heritage.
Noah Thompson very, very shallow in right field.
Runners on 1 and 2 for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage. Brindley's first pitch on the way. This one in the zone for a strike. The early count 0-1.
Yeah, outfield shifting now. Coach Foster coming out, moving the outfield quite a bit to the left.
Brindley again shrugs, takes a deep breath, keeps a glance over at second 2 times, now picks up and keeping that runner back over at second. Will pick up his pitch, Dennis.
The wind has virtually died again.
Yeah, it's back down. Yeah, flags are back down again. It was up for a few minutes a while ago, back down again. But it was up on the fly ball to center, which was helpful, so we love that.
Berger on base at .353 this season, trying to get on here and load the bases for his team with 1 out. The pitch on the way. He'll hit this one foul into the net behind him off the third base line. The count now at 0-2 with 1 away.
Jack still seems to be very calm, very comfortable out there on the mound, even with the 2 base hits. Freeman was a good shot to right, but the fisted base hit to center just happens in baseball. So Jack's still very, very confident with his 0-2 count.
Dennis, you're right. After that first base hit, Brindley looked over at David and just gave him that nod, like, we're good.
Yeah, he just looks very comfortable out there, very like this role is his today.
Brindley taking time here as he stepped off the hill a while ago, now back on, glances over at second, right-hand pitch on the way. This one into the foul, into the net just in front of us as we're up here high on the third deck in the press box. The count remains 0-2. The battle starts for Jacob Berger. A lot of fans here. You couldn't really tell if you took a picture because most of them are up under the shade. The 0-2 pitch. This one chopped foul at home plate. The count remains 0-2.
7-hitter for the Panthers, staying alive at the plate.
There's a little bit of motion out there, too, of people coming out of the stands and going up into the shaded bleachers out there in the home run porch.
Kind of got a rest occasionally. A little break while McDougal talks with Berger.
And a quick discussion on the mound as Jeffrey David and Cole Posey will come in and talk things over with Jack Brindley.
Out there by the Round Rock, you see lots of blankets now. People hanging out there, enjoying this beautiful day, state championship game.
Brindley back here, 0-2, 1 away with runners on 1 and 2. Georgetown leads 2-0 in the top of the second. Brindley's pitch on the way. Too high upstairs, the first ball. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes on 1 out.
Double play ball would be golden right here, as Galen likes to say, a pitcher's best friend, but it would be golden right here to build momentum for your Eagles.
Good news for Berger. You can see his bat easily. It's got the neon green on it. Brindley will throw over to second. The base runner there, Freeman, is safe over at second.
The interesting thing for most of these seniors, this is perhaps their last ball game here, not just at the Diamond, but as seniors.
Brindley again with the shoulder shrug. 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss, and he got him for the second out. Strikeout swinging, the first strikeout for Jack Brindley.
An elevated fastball that Berger just could not catch up with. To follow up on that statement a while ago, a lot of these kids will go on to play in some all-star tournaments, but for a lot of these kids, this is the show for them right here. And Eagle outfield now, folks, will switch back to the right side. With Brindley's fastball, we're expecting more balls hit opposite field of the batter. I mean by that, to right, off the right-handed batter.
Brings up A.J. Smith, the sophomore, only in his 5th game, according to the stats that we have.
Thought it was interesting to see a sophomore as their DH and the state finals, Rob. Final championship game.
He's on base at 400 this season in those 4 games. Been walked once. Always enjoy seeing some of the underclassmen, though, get out here and get some of that experience, especially here in a state championship. The pitch on the way, right across the plate for a strike. The count 0-1. Brindley continuing the domination from the hill.
Yeah, Jack is really doing a very good job, just very composed, just workmanlike doing his job. Eagle defense set behind him. He knows that defense well.
The sophomore trying to pick up his second hit of the season. As Brindley again keeping an eye over at second as he should. 2 times, now the left leg up, the pitch on the way. And he does get the second hit over to right. Trying to get the RBI single. The runner's going to come back to third. He will not get the RBI, but it is a hit for the sophomore, his second of the season. And the bases are loaded for the first time this afternoon for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage.
Quite surprised that McDougal held Freeman at third on 2 outs. The throw was about 15 feet up the line. Freeman would easily have scored. So put an asterisk in the book for that. If the Panthers are unable to score, that could be huge. Galen, especially the simple fact he held him right away.
Right.
I think he's seen Noah throw it in from outfield and knows that he can get him.
Oh, I know that, but with 2 outs, you're generally running. You want to get a run on the board. So he's put it now in the hands of his 9-hole hitter to try to get them a run on the board.
It's a senior second baseman, number 2, Joey Ketting. First pitch on the way to the right-handed batter, too high for a ball, 1-0 early count. Ketting this season in his 39th game averages .370, his 93rd at bat, 23 runs on 34 hits. He has brought in 13. Also for Ketting, he is trying to keep this rally going here, but a swing and a miss on the fastball bought by Brindley. The count at 1-1.
Good live fastball by Jack again. Throwing well here early, folks, even though they put 3 runners on the board.
85.
One pitch on the way, this one. Curve to the outside, 2 balls, 1 strike ahead. Joey Ketting by a pitch.
Joey Ketting trying to get the momentum building for the Panthers if he can find a way on, and Jack Brindley trying to stifle this Panther rally here in the top of the second inning.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on for the Panthers. Bases loaded. Pitch on the way. Hard hit over to left. Trying to get under his Tilson, and he won't be able to get the grab. It was just over his reach there at left, and that'll bring in 2 runs for Colleyville, and now the 3rd run, and Heritage takes the 3-2 lead.
Ketting, the 9-hole hitter, jumped on the fastball pretty much over the heart of the plate. Jack trying to sneak it by him, unable to do so. Ketting with the double, does plate the 3 runs. And quite honestly, folks, the bullpen is active for your Eagles. Everybody we have is on deck for this ball game, folks, as is for the Panthers.
Freeman comes in and scores. Guerrero comes in and scores. A.J. Smith comes in and scores. Joey Ketting with the double. 3 RBIs. He is cooking the steaks now for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage.
Just a little bit too good a pitch. Got too much of the plate, hard of the plate, and Ketting jumped all over it, the senior second baseman for the Panthers, as they take a 3-2 lead.
The momentum has shifted to Colleyville Heritage. We go back to the top of the order. The center fielder, Logan Britt, who's 0 for 1. He was out on a grounder for the first out in the first inning. Brindley's pitch on the way in the dirt for a ball, 1-0 count. Well, Dennis, just as Georgetown's a 2-out team, the Panthers showing they're a 2-out team as well.
Yeah, back-to-back 2-out base hits that have plated these 3 runs for the Panthers.
Brindley's next pitch on the way. This one hit foul off the first base line and well over the crowd. The count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Eagle outfield, as you would now imagine, a little deeper than they were. Tilson was playing straight away left. It just couldn't get back to the fly ball.
1-1, too high upstairs and close to the inside, 2-1.
Galen, there's a lot of pitches that Jack has thrown now that this inning is prolonged, as he was rocking along pretty well.
Yeah, he's still on 21 in this inning.
Yeah, on a hot day like this.
Brindley again shrugs his shoulders. The right-handed pitch on the way. And again, another ball. It's a 3-1 count. A lot of options here for Colleyville's Logan Britt.
out at second, Joey Ketting, doubled in the 3 runs.
Brindley picks up his pitch, will throw over to second. The runner there in plenty of time is Ketting as he threw it over to Whittington for the Eagles at second.
Of course, the double off the bat of Joey Ketting has quieted the Eagle faithful, but it won't take long. We can retire Brett for them to be back up on their feet, folks. Great crowd today.
3-1 pitch on the way. This one hit over to Brindley. It bounces off of his right hand. And a runner will be able to come in and score. 4 runs now for Colleyville Heritage. All 4 of them here in the bottom of the top of the second.
That was a hard hit ball back up the middle. It glanced off of Jack Brindley. Cole Posey going to the middle of the field to play the ball. The ball rolled weakly into left field, but running Ketting on the play scores from second. 6 hits and 4 runs, or 5 hits and 4 runs in the inning.
Colleyville Heritage fans on their feet with their noisemakers. Their student section taking up a whole section here at the Dell Diamond.
Of course, to the plate, Bobby Witt, their outstanding shortstop.
Witt is 1 for 1 this afternoon. Georgetown trails 4-2 here in the top of this second inning.
We're going with a lefty in the bullpen right now.
That'd be Jared Pierce, most likely in the bullpen, number 2. As we like to tell you, folks, we can't see the numbers on the back of these jerseys.
Yeah, Braxton Pearson also jogged out there.
We saw. Yeah, I thought that was Braxton. It headed across past Ty just a minute ago. It's all hands on deck, David. Everybody.
Pitch on the way. Low for a ball. 1-0 count to Bobby Witt. We're 1 away from batting around.
Rob, I get the feeling that Braxton is pitching in a hurry down there faster than number 2. I think they're trying to warm him up faster.
Braxton has a lot of playoff experience here in this game. Vasquez will head over to the mound to talk things over with Brindley, Dennis.
Yeah, this is the area that we made the change yesterday with, as Grant Wood had an inning in 2/3. It does get hot out there, but the double that plated the 3 runs, the 3 base hits before that, the only one hit hard was off of Freeman. The other 2 were poked into the outfield just over an outstretched arms. So Jack's still pitching a very good ball game, just down 4-2 on the board.
Georgetown trailing in their second trip in school history to the state tournament. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Bobby Witt. Boy, he swung hard on that one.
86 miles an hour.
Yeah, I think he had an idea that he could knock this ball out of this park. 375, as we said, to left center, 375 to right center. Straightaway is 400 feet to center field.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Brindley's pitch. This one hit foul over the first base line. The count at 1-2.
Corsicana got Bobby Witt on an off-speed pitch. The only time he's been retired in the tournament. He chased an outside curveball back on Thursday night, so look to see if they come back with something off-speed here. Certainly not going to throw the fastball.
Bobby Witt in the center of the right-handed batter's box. Pitch on the way. Another one foul into the net.
The off-speed pitch of Witt was able that time to foul off. Still a ball outside, but afraid to take the pitch, Rob. He was able to foul it off. Just a really good young man, good kid.
Brindley trying to get him out here. The count at 1-2, 2 away, as Colleyville has put up 4 runs here in this second inning. Base runner over at first is Logan Britt for the Panthers. And again, Brindley will throw over to Wood at first, keeping Britt on that bag.
4-2, folks. We're just in the top of the second. If you just joined us, a lot of baseball left here at Dell Diamond in this 5A championship game.
Brindley's pitch on the way, too high, upstairs to the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away.
Britt bluffed to go at first. In fact, to be honest with you, I thought he was going.
He's made a couple of those big bluffs here.
Yeah, I don't think Brindley wants to go 3-2 here, so look to see what Britt does over at first.
2-2 pitch on the way to the outside. It's a payoff pitch coming up for Bobby Witt.
This may be the last pitch for Brindley.
I was going to say this could be Jack's last hitter. Braxton throwing hard. Now he's set down, which would be an indicator he'd be coming in pretty quick.
The Georgetown faithful on their feet now, Dennis, to our left. You can hear him in the background. The 3-2 payoff pitch on the way. Hard hit. Should drop over at center. Childress will actually hand it off to Cole Posey. Nope, Childress, and now to Tilson. A lot of communication. That was great communication as all three of those players communicated. Tilson able to get it over at left field for the third and final out, but not before damage was done by Colleyville in this inning, picking up 4 runs. They get those 4 runs on 5 hits, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 5 hits.
There was no errors in that inning, and just 1 left on base. We'll step aside and take a break. Georgetown trying to respond. Bottom of the second coming up.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Home Away from Home Pet Care, Wendy Zubek, a family-owned and operated facility for private pet care in Georgetown. Over a decade in business with the goal to provide a fun, enjoyable, and stress-free atmosphere for your pets while they are separated from you. We want them to have a vacation too. For more information, visit homeawayfromhomepetcare.com. Ida Edwards, Realtor, a legacy you can count on in real estate. Ida Edwards has worked in Austin real estate since 1975. She has witnessed the ups and downs in the market, gaining her volumes of knowledge in Central Texas. Visit Ida Edwards online at idaedwards.com. Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare. Joel and Jackie Holcomb are one of the top-ranked Advocare distributors, focusing on customer service to help you find a healthy journey. Search for Joel and Jackie Holcomb on Google for more information. Mahan Roofing, Jesse Mahan, providing you with everything you need to make sure the roof over your head is safe, sound, and secure. A veteran-owned and operated business with exceptional customer service in Central Texas. Visit Mahan Roofing online at mahanhcs.com.
Welcome back to the Dell Diamond here in the 5A State Championship on a hot Saturday afternoon. Georgetown back at bat. They are trailing 4-2, batting for the second time. The Eagles here in this ball game, and actually the first time for Zach Whittington. We'll start in the 8 and 9. It's Zach Whittington, and then the bottom, A.J. Vasquez.
All right, Rob, bounce back inning here as your Eagles had the momentum as they went into the top of the second.
First pitch on the way to Whittington. A hard hit over to left, but this one may line to Guerrero, and it does for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well hit ball, but Guerrero took about 3 steps to his right and was able to make the play, but very well hit ball by Zach Whittington. Rob, you've talked about it a couple times. I think Whittington probably is swinging about as well as anybody in this playoff series.
He's had a good postseason run for Whittington. On base at .416. He's only hitting .242, but he's been able to get on base throughout the season. A.J. Vasquez, the catcher. And the first one, a ball to A.J. A.J. on base at .316 this season. He is batting .138.
Had a nice base hit in Thursday night's ball game to knock in a couple runs, or knock in a run.
Next pitch, too high up, 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away.
A.J. has a job here, Rob. That's to find a way on, and then most likely Landon Broad will come in and courtesy run for him so we can get speed on the base pass. His job is to find a way on.
Caputi brings the fastball this time across the plate for a strike. The count at 2 balls and 1 strike on 1 out. Nobody on for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second, trailing 4-2. Next pitch. Curve to the outside for a ball, 3-1. Good options here for A.J. Vasquez.
Good opportunity for him to find a way on right now. Get a little mini rally going with Jeffrey David to follow him.
3-1 pitch. Swung on hard foul. That one lined just foul and over the left arm of Georgetown pitching coach Dusty Brindley. 3-2 the count here to A.J.
Dusty reached up and then said, nah, not this time. I think I'll let that one go. There's plenty of people that can feel that ball besides me.
So I'll let the wall take advantage of it. Payoff pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, and we're 2 outs. On a 2 up, 2 down so far, A.J. Vasquez. That's the second strikeout swinging for Caputi.
Fastball up just a little bit, but A.J. with no chance to take that pitch. Just a little tardy on the swing, but Jeffrey David And as not only Jeffrey David, but as David likes to say, we're a good 2-out ball club. So the top of the lineup coming up with 2 down.
David is 0 for this afternoon. First pitch to his outside as we're back at the top of the lineup. 1-0 early count. David, of course, reached on a walk and then was out trying to steal back in the first.
Last pitch was 72.
Caputi's slowing down a little bit, but he's brought some fastballs. He's brought some changeups and some off speeds. The next one on the way. This one swung foul at the top of the net behind home plate. Even at 1-1, Dennis.
Caputi probably doesn't bring he's not the high velocity kid that Austin Glaze was on Thursday or Witt is out on short, but mixes his pitches up very, very well.
1-1. This one over to right, and making the grab is Berger. What a grab, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage. We'll step aside. Eagles back on the defensive side in the top of the third. We'll be right back.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Home Away from Home Pet Care, Wendy Zubek, a family-owned and operated facility for private pet care in Georgetown. Over a decade in business with the goal to provide a fun, enjoyable, and stress-free atmosphere for your pets while they are separated from you. We want them to have a vacation too. For more information, visit homeawayfromhomepetcare.com. Ida Edwards, Realtor, a legacy you can count on in real estate. Ida Edwards has worked in Austin real estate since 1975. She has witnessed the ups and downs in the market, gaining her volumes of knowledge in Central Texas. Visit Ida Edwards online at idaedwards.com. Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare. Joel and Jackie Holcomb are one of the top-ranked Advocare distributors, focusing on customer service to help you find a healthy journey. Search for Joel and Jackie Holcomb on Google for more information. Mahan Roofing, Jesse Mahan, providing you with everything you need to make sure the roof over your head is safe, sound, and secure. A veteran-owned and operated business with exceptional customer service in Central Texas. Visit Mahan Roofing online at mahanhcs.com.
Welcome back to the Dell Diamond here, the 5A Texas Championship here on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp with my good friends Dennis Allman, Galen Welnicki. Thank you for joining us as we get started here. Colleyville Heritage leading 4-2 after they put up those 4 runs in the previous inning. They're back at bat now here to start things in the top of the third. It's the 3, 4, and 5. Balsano, Greer, and Freeman. Nicholas Balsano, the catcher, senior, is 0 for 1 as he popped one over to right for the second out back in the first, Dennis.
All right, Rob. Here we go now. Shutdown inning right here. It's critical that Jack back out for starting and work could get through this inning all right.
Brinley's first pitch to the inside for a ball. The early count 1-0, so Brinley does remain on the mound. His next pitch, this one swung on foul off the first base line and into the fans. Count even at 1-1.
Pretty sure that is Braxton Pearson that's throwing right now. So if Jack gets in any trouble, I'm sure they'll go to Braxton pretty quick.
1-1 pitch. Low again for another ball, 2-1. I would dare to say this is some of the hottest weather these kids have played in this season, Dennis.
It is. It's a June 8th day, and it is a warm one here at Dell Diamond, folks.
The pitch speed went from 87 to 73.
2-1. This one hit over to left. Tilson on the line grabs it for the first out. Good job by Tilson. It was a hard swing there by Balsano, but a great job by Tilson to get that first out.
Yeah, literally a hard line drive, but again, Ty had him play just about perfectly. A few steps to his left to bring it in, so a nice job. Good job by Jack to come out and get that first out.
Bring up fourth in the order, the third baseman, number 16, Mason Greer, the senior, who's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Back to a left-handed batter. Brinley's right-hand pitch, the first one tipped, or fouled, beg your pardon, into the back of the concrete, the count 0-1. A 1 delivery. This one hit foul off the third baseline. Count here 0-2. Dennis, I was going to mention, too, not only it being hot, but just a few clouds. Not many at all. It's almost clear out here today.
Yeah, it's just about a cloudless day. The wind is kind of blowing out just a hair, but not much wind, folks.
0-2 pitch from the right hand to the outside for the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Off-speed pitch just stayed off the plate just a hair. Eagle outfield much deeper in this half inning than we've been before in the entire ball game.
1-2 on its way. This one hard hit over. Tilson over at left in the sunshine. It will drop into his left glove for the second out.
Pretty much the Ty Tilson show here in the top half of the third inning as he has retired both of the Panther batters.
Jack's thrown 50 pitches now.
You know, it's good to know that we still have 4 pitchers that pitched last night that could still come in and relieve as well.
Everybody is still available, absolutely.
Chandler Freeman's first pitch on the way. Swung on it and missed. 0-1. Good pitch by Jack Brindley.
David, I think that might have been part of the move. You might know more about that even down there in the dugout, but I think that was part of the move in getting Grant out Thursday night so he could come back today if necessary.
Yes, sir.
The 0-1 pitch on the way. This one to the inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away.
Didn't seem like Grant had too many pitches that first inning, but, I mean, he's one of our aces, and he's got to be fresh and had some experience on the mound.
Absolutely. Kind of expect to see him maybe even in this ball game.
1-1 pitch, again too high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Dennis, I was going to say the good news is after this game, regardless of the score, I finally get to get a haircut and shave.
Hey, out there. Everybody be happy. And the bath too?
Yeah, maybe a bath too. I won't take superstitions that far. 2-1 right-hand pitch. This one at the feet of the batsman Freeman. The count at 3-1.
So what you're saying is sometime next week we absolutely won't recognize you at all. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. Brindley's 3-1. Swung on and missed. Brings it to a full count at 3-2.
85 miles an hour.
Well, Jack's come back out and settle down very nicely is exactly what you wanted to see and give him that opportunity too.
The payoff pitch on the way. And unfortunately there, he'll reach. I don't think he got hit. It was just in the inside, Dennis, for a walk.
Kind of watching Freeman just for a second to see how he reacts, but I think it was just inside as well.
So Freeman will reach on the walk. It'll bring up 6 in the order. The left fielder, the senior number 8, Jacob Guerrero, who is 1 for 1. He has the second run that was on the board, part of that Joey Ketting 3 RBIs back in the previous inning. First pitch to the right-handed batter. Too close. 1-0 count.
Pitch that rode up and in just a little bit. That might be...
Foster's coming out, so I would assume that's it for Jack Brindley.
That's kind of going to be my assumption. Looks like movement coming out of the bullpen. Very good chance that's Braxton Pearson.
It is, and there is a pitcher coming out from the bullpen. So that'll do it for Jack Brindley. So he'll be responsible for Freeman.
Nice round of applause, too, for Jack as he leaves the mound.
He'll also be responsible for Guerrero since he's at bat, if I'm not mistaken, currently in a 1-0 count. And so that'll do it for Jack Brindley as he goes 2 2/3 innings, allowing those 4 runs.
Rob, very nice to see Coach Brindley take a couple of steps out of the dugout, wait for Jack to get there, shake his hand, give him a pat on the back, and tell him a job well done, as he has done all year long. This coaching staff as well, with Dusty Brindley and Jordan Vieira, along with, of course, our head coach, Adam Foster. What a great staff. But the way that Coach Brindley handles these young men is phenomenal to me. And that was just refreshing to see him take a couple of steps out, wait on Jack, shake his hand, give him that pat. Nice job.
So Braxton Pearson getting those warm-up pitches on the mound now for the Georgetown Eagles. He has simply been phenomenal here in this postseason run. Braxton Pearson trying to take care of business here and give his team a little bit of life on the defensive side to hopefully transition to the offense. Braxton Pearson, 13 innings pitched here in the postseason. 8 games he has played. He's credited with 1 win, 1 save. He has allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. 2 of them were earned. He's walked 4, struck out 15, hit 1 by a pitch, a 1.077 ERA for this young man who, I say it, Dennis, has been great here in this postseason run for the Eagles.
Oh, absolutely has. And the perfect spot for Braxton to come in, the perfect opportunity for him to shut the door now on the Panthers. Rob, if I can, I always like to shout out a couple of times throughout a broadcast to to some good friends, but Robin and Craig Sowell, good friends of ours. Their kiddos, Laura and Matthew and Matt, are listening in. They were excited to be listening in on Thursday, and I wanted to make sure I had a chance to thank them for listening in, say hello to them. But Laura, Matthew, Mark, you guys are the best. Look forward to seeing you this week as we start Camp Crestview.
Man, that's going to be exciting. They always do a big camp over there.
Oh,
over
it's a great,
Crestview. Wonderful church.
It is absolutely one of the greatest camps that I know of all day, 2 weeks, all day long. About 450 volunteers.
Man, it takes a lot to do it.
All right, folks, here we go.
Back in action here. Again, if you're listening, please subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. It'll help us out. Hit that subscribe button right here on YouTube. Guerrero currently in a 1-0. The pitch on the way. He'll foul this one to the back of the net. The count at 1-1 off the first pitch from Georgetown's Braxton Pearson.
One of those interesting opportunities that Braxton comes in facing a hitter who already has a count.
His second pitch got him in the inside for a strike. The count at 1-2.
Great role here for Braxton. He relishes this role as he did last week against Mag West. Loves this role right here. Loves the challenge.
1-2 pitch from Pearson. This one popped up, may be catchable in foul territory. And it was just in the front row. Boy, off of some knees there of some folks off that first base line. It was a good effort by Whittington, who came over trying to make that grab but wasn't able to get it. The count at 1-2. Battle starting for Jacob Guerrero. Would have been a hard one there, Dennis, in foul territory.
Yeah.
Just right off next to someone's knees.
Yeah, and I think Grant was struggling to even find the ball for a moment, but here's the 1-2 pitch.
It's on its way. This one chopped over. Whittington. Wow, actually it is Wood. Makes the grab and the tag. No, safe in time as Wood threw it over to Pearson. Pearson was trying to run and get to that first base before Guerrero, and he wasn't able to get there and able to beat it out was Guerrero for the single.
Yeah, that was a great play by Grant Wood as he dove, but just a couple of seconds it took for him to get up and right himself to make the toss over. Gave Guerrero a chance to get down the line and beat it out for the infield single.
Brings up seventh in the order the right fielder, number 22, the senior Jacob Berger, who's 0 for 1. Struck out swinging for the second out back in the second. First pitch on the way. This one foul off the third base line. The early count 0-1. Braxton Pearson and his Georgetown Eagles trailing 4-2 here in the top of the third. Of course, we go 7 innings. Right-hand pitch. This one fouled again. 0-2 as that one goes right to our left. That one may have hit the writer's press box next to us. Galen, that's normally your hangout spot back in the day.
Yep.
You're hanging out with us now.
Big time.
0-2 pitch. This one over to center. Childress at a line to him, and he has the grab as he jumps up gingerly in the air for the third and final out. Good job there by Pearson, able to not allow anything else to happen in that inning. There was no runs on one hit, no errors, and I think one just left on. Or two left on.
Two left on, but one hit. Yeah, one hit, no errors.
We'll step aside, take a quick break. Eagle baseball continues. Bottom of the third coming up. Georgetown trying to dig into this 4-2 deficit. We'll be right back.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Mill Direct Carpet, Gem Lock for carpet, hardwood, area rugs, tile and stone, laminate, and all of your flooring needs. Mill Direct Carpet is your one-stop shop in Georgetown. Visit them online at milldirectcarpettx.com. Minuteman Press of Georgetown. Ty Gibson and Blake Nicholson. Your one-stop print shop in Georgetown is Minuteman Press. From business cards to brochures, signage and magnets, logo design, and just about everything you can imagine, Minuteman Press can help bring your business to life. Visit Minuteman Press of Georgetown online at mmptx.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House, Joshua Harris. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a 501c3 nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building ministry helping men 18 years or older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, Oak Ridge can help. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Find that light at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third inning getting started. Georgetown 2, 3, and 4. It's Childress, Posey, and Tilson. The Eagles trail 4-2. Childress' first pitch up into the air may be catchable in foul territory, and it is in the shades. Able to make that grab. I believe it was the first baseman Freeman in foul territory for the first out.
A little surprised to see Wyatt swinging first pitch, as we want to get the pitch count up for Caputi, but swinging first pitch and popped it up foul.
Brings up Cole Posey, the shortstop, who's over. He did reach on a walk, stole a base. He's got the second run. The first pitch, though, is a strike. 0-1 early count to Cole Posey of Georgetown. It's the Eagles' second dance here. First time was in 2015. The next pitch is Copo. Looks at it for a strike, 0-2.
So quickly down on the count is
to Cole Posey. This one high to the outside.
Eagles have to do something here really quick, although it's still early, folks, in the ballgame. Only bottom of the third, but Eagles need to do something to break up Caputi's routine and not let him get settled in and get confident.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch to Cole Posey. This one low for another ball to even the count at 2-2. Good eye by Cole Posey.
Drew that walk in the first inning, able to come in and score a run. So, again, just needing to find a way on base any way that he can.
Cole Posey, the next delivery, low to the outside for a ball. Full count, 3-2. Again, this Georgetown Eagle team ranked number 1 all season on the THSB poll. Colleyville number 2.
41st pitch from Caputi.
Payoff pitch to the outside. That'll be a walk on Cole Posey. That's what Georgetown needed, Dennis, with one away.
Yes, sir, they did. That's a hard-earned walk right there. A good eye on a pitch that was just off the plate from Cole Posey. Not swinging, and that's really team play right there. That's simply trying to find a way on base. It's not about base hits. So you and I talk about this a lot. It's not about base hits. It's about on-base percentage. How can I get on base? It's exactly what Cole Posey did. Ty Tilson now with a chance to cut into this deficit, 2-run deficit your Eagles have.
That was a good work by Cole Posey. It was down 0-2. Tilson, this one, over to center. And Tilson will get the single, which will advance Posey over to second. Great hit. 1 pitch, 1 hit. Ty Tilson over to first.
Exactly what you needed to have happen. Fisted that ball, not hit hard, but fisted it into center field to put runners at first and second and 1 down, and the designated hitter at the plate.
Wesley Dixon, who has had a great postseason run, 5th in the order. The senior, who is 0 for this afternoon. He did reach on a walk. He's on base, though. Reached on a walk, was left stranded over at third. He reached on that walk on a 3-1 count. Right-handed batter stands full in the box, 1 foot to each corner in that right-handed batter's box. Caputi, left leg up, right-handed pitch on the way. Georgetown will try the double steal. Over and out at second. Runner does advance over to third. Oh, man.
That same situation happened earlier, Gaylor, if you recall, and Balsano behind the plate fumbled the ball. So that first pitch is not a swinging strike, so it is ball 1. But Eagles again lose a very talented base runner in Cole Posey.
Notice that Cole Posey has ripped his pants. I can't tell if it's red or not on his britches.
So Tilson caught stealing. Put Coles over at third. Wesley Dixon on a 1-0 count. Pitch on the way to Dixon. That one low to the outside. Brings the count to 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Posey waiting patiently over at third. The potential tying run at home plate. 2 outs. This is the Georgetown 2-out team. The pitch on the way. High again, 3-0 count. Caputi's starting to let some get away from him here, Dennis.
Yes, he has struggled a little bit in this inning. And once again, base running an Achilles heel for Georgetown as we lose another base runner. Of course, we like to say with 2 outs, that's just about the time we're going to start scoring runs.
This will go across the plate. Good pitch for a ball. 3-1 on the off speed.
And Wesley Dixon, folks, who has been the DH all year long, has not played in the field, but has done a phenomenal job in this role that he was chosen for in the very first part of the season.
3 ball, 1 strike on the way. This one popped up. Maybe catchable. The first baseman, there's going to be some confusion, and still, oh my goodness, what a grab. I believe it was Ketting who came over. Freeman thought he had it, lost his footing. Ketting diving just on that foul line at first base, able to make the grab in the dirt for the 3rd and final out, Dennis.
Really a very nice play by Ketting. Almost confusion that could have scored a run for Georgetown, but Ketting never gave up on the play. Coming all the way and barely got a glove on it, but sort of snatched it out of the air. So the Eagles come up empty-handed on a promising inning as we move to the top of the 4th inning.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We'll step aside. Top of the 4th coming up.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Program Insurance Group. Doug Groves. Program Insurance Group is an independent insurance agency located in Central Texas that provides a broad range of insurance products and services from the finest carriers. Our top priority is to exceed our customers' expectations. Visit Program Insurance Group online at pigbcs.com. Specialty Restoration of Texas. Brent Parker. Specialty Restoration of Texas provides 24/7 emergency services for fire and smoke damage, storm damage cleanup, and water damage mitigation. We also provide remodel and reconstruction work. For more information, visit them online at srttx.com. Tiffany Palmer, Realtor. For real estate needs in Central Texas, committed to customer service, Tiffany Palmer can help find your dream home. Visit Tiffany online at tiffanypalmerrealtor.com.
Back in action from the Dell Diamond as we start things here in the top of the 4th. It's the 8-9 and back to the 1 for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage. A.J. Smith, the designated hitter. This one hit hard foul off the first base line. Bounces off the fans there and back into play, but of course it's a dead ball. You can't play it, or back into the field. The early count here 0-1. Dennis, you got a special guest listening in, buddy.
Well, I do, and my son Chris Allman just what is that, text in? Is that how that goes?
He's on the YouTube chat.
On the YouTube chat. Son, good to hear from you. Absolutely.
Next one hit just as the other one foul off the first base line, 0-2.
A long-time Georgetown Eagle. Played basketball at Georgetown High School. Eagle blue through and through. My youngest son, Jason Allman, who also played baseball here back in 98 and 99. But it's good to hear from you. Christopher Allman.
Then I went to school with your daughter, Ashley.
Yes, you did.
0-2. Man, that seems like a long time ago. 17 years later, here we are, buddy.
At the Dell Diamond.
0-2 on the way. Another one over off that first base line. The count remains 0-2. The battle starting for A.J. Smith.
You might be wondering why Braxton tossed that ball back to the dugout. It looks like some threads were coming out off of it. Coach Foster's looking at it right now. Got a fresh ball in his glove now.
Yeah, good catch on that, David. I missed that up here as Braxton did throw that other ball back. 0-2 pitch. This one chopped foul at home plate. The count remains 0-2. Well, A.J. Smith is 1 for 1. He has the 3rd run off of Joey Ketting's 3 RBIs back in the 2nd. 4-2 the lead for Colleyville Heritage Panthers. Georgetown on the defensive side of things. Pearson, leg up, pitch on the way. This one up the middle. Whittington can't make the dive, and that'll be a base hit. Leadoff single for A.J. Smith on an 0-2 count.
Good job by the sophomore designated hitter. We both commented as the ball game began that thought it was interesting to see a sophomore in the designated hitting role. 2 hits on the night for A.J. Smith.
Well, A.J. Smith has been phenomenal here in this series, or in this game. I'm so used to saying series because Georgetown was in so many series to get to this point.
Looks like we might have a pinch runner coming in.
That's going to be Jack McTeague. Number 23.
Senior.
So 23, Jack McTeague. Pinch runner for A.J. Smith. Joey Ketting, who had that double 3 RBI back in the second.
Well, it goes without saying, Eagles can not afford to give up any more runs, but as we here in the top half of the 4th inning.
Somebody called time there, so that
it was called.
Attempt didn't matter.
Yeah, it was called at the plate. Yeah, timeout was called at the plate. So
Panthers at bat, leading 4-2, places the bunt down, and Vasquez over to second, and the runner is safe as he plowed in to Cole Posey.
Yeah,
My
I didn't
goodness.
think he was safe. He was out at second.
Okay, I was about to say, he's out. I was about to say he plowed into Cole Posey.
Well, he called out and then he raised his hands for timeout. That's what.
Okay. And now he came back over to first. What is going on here, Dennis?
They're questioning the hit.
Hang on a second. The ball may have been called foul. Apparently it was called foul at the plate. That's why he raised his hands.
Okay.
So redo, folks. No outs. 1 ball, no strikes on Kading.
Kind of a weird sequence of events there. So, yeah, it's the count is 0-1 on Joey Ketting. McTeague, the runner over at first for A.J. Smith. Next pitch on the way. Places bunt. This one foul. 0-2.
Kading unable to catch up with the fastball at all. He's simply trying to sacrifice McTeague to second and unable to do so.
Round Rock staff bringing extra balls out to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I sure like the color that young man's coming out in. It's Eagle Blue, folks, in case you wanted to know.
0-2. Pick attempt as Pearson threw to Wood over at first. Again, it's McTeague, the pinch runner for A.J. Smith, over there at first. Next delivery on the way. Too close inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 4th.
Still bringing the heat. 90 miles an hour last pitch.
Appreciate my good friend Roger Chappell for joining us. Appreciate you, Roger. And a hit by pitch here will put Ketting over at first. He's not happy with it, and I understand the frustration, but you know Pearson's not going to intentionally hit somebody.
No, and I'm not sure why he's too unhappy, as Keating is probably 5'5", and Braxton's probably 6'2", so I don't think he was that unhappy. I think he just looked out there and then realized, I got to get down to first.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is you put McTeague over at second now. Getting over at first. We go back to the top of the order. No outs. The center fielder, number 12, the senior Logan Britt, who is 1 for 2 this afternoon, now at bat, the right-hander.
Eagles back in a little bit of a jam here, folks, with nobody out. We're back up to the top of the Panther lineup. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Eagles have got to find a way to shut down this, what right now is a mini Panther rally.
Braxton Pearson taking his time on the mound with the sunshine to his back. Pitch on the way. High to the outside. 1-0 count to Logan Britt. Pick attempt over at second. That one got out of the glove. And runners will advance over to 2 and 3, trying to tag him out over at second, and not there in time. And on the error, that'll send McTeague over to third and Ketting over to second.
Error on the throw from Braxton. Ball sailed away from Zach at second, just sailed up and away from him.
Now the infield and coach Dusty Brindley will talk things over with Braxton Pearson, just trying to settle his team down. Still a lot of time here in this game. We're only in the top of the 4th.
Eagles can ill afford to give up much more right now on a day like today, hot as it is.
I believe is that Reese Grimes warming up out there.
You may have a better look than us, David.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It looks as though he's just getting started.
Yeah, I'd be real surprised to see Reese in the top of the 4th. But Eagles can ill afford to let this thing get the separation much more, as they will play their infield in.
It's a Colleyville Heritage team that came almost 200 miles. Georgetown, it was only about 16 miles. 1-0. This one over to right. That's an RBI single, as run will come in and score. McTeague will score the 5th run for Colleyville Heritage. Logan Britt will get the RBI single. That's his 2nd RBI of the afternoon. Ketting will rest over at 3rd. Still no outs, Dennis, here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Panthers with a lot of confidence right now. Have poked the ball in all kinds of places on this ball field in order to plate this 1 run, but now with runners on the corners, Eagles now down by 3 in the top of the 4th.
Bobby Witt now up to bat. He is 1 for 2 this afternoon as he singled and then was out on the ground back in the 1st and popped one up over to here.
He's intentionally walked.
Yeah, intentionally walked him here with no outs, and the Heritage fans aren't happy with that.
Well, you can rest assured that was bound to happen at some point in this ball game. It's Witt probably swinging the best bat for the Panthers, not just because of any reputation. He's just swinging a good bat right now in the tournament. So with Balsano fly deep to left field his first time up. Eagles are in a real jam again. Infield, Rob is still in.
Bases loaded here for the Heritage Panthers for the 2nd time this afternoon. They lead 5-2, no outs. Pitch on the way to Balsano. Called a ball, 1-0 count.
Eagles set up the force play at the plate. Ball hit hard enough. AJ could turn 2 with the infield drawn in.
Next pitch on the way. This one foul off the 3rd base line. The count 1-1 even.
The risk in playing your infield in with the bases loaded and nobody out as a ground single will most likely score 2 runs.
One pitch. This one popped up foul. It's not going to be catchable as it goes just in front of us into the crowd below us. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nicholas Balsano.
All Balsano was able to do there was fight that pitch off and foul it back. A good pitch from Braxton Pearson.
Again, appreciate you joining us on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with the latest here in Central Texas. Balsano, the 1-2 pitch on the way to him. He'll pop this one up, and again, will not be catchable in foul territory. This one just into the fans left of the Heritage dugout. To our right side off the first base line, Dennis, 1-2.
Rob, we need a line drive double play. With nobody out and the bases loaded, we just need something to turn the momentum back around to us. Zach Whittington is 3 steps in, folks, on the grass at 2nd.
Pitch on the way. It's a base hit over to left. That may bring in 1 as it was shallow enough, so it is an RBI single for Nicholas Balsano. He'll rest over at 1st. That will bring in Joey Ketting. And Britt and Witt. Britt will advance over to 3rd, and Bobby Witt over to 2nd. Balsano there at 1st again with that RBI single just moments ago.
Ball hit in such a way that Britt at 2nd had to hold up just for a moment. Eagles may be looking to make another change here. Now down 6-2.
Well, Brinley and Coach Foster discussing things. The infield is on the mound right now. And I think Coach Brinley and Coach Foster still deciding here what they're going to do. A lot of discussion. I think they'll leave Braxton Pearson in here for now.
I think they will. The only arm that we've seen up in the pen has been Reese, but I'm not sure.
Nope.
Adams coming to make the change. Yep. I believe he may be going to Reese this early.
He is. Reese Grimes will make his way out there at left center as he will come down now, and that should do it for Braxton Pearson.
Yeah, he called for the right-hander with his hand side.
He did. He was trying to determine with Coach Brinley whether or not this was the moment, but the Panthers have pretty much gotten to Braxton here in this inning with a couple of hits. 3 hits here in the inning and plated 2 runs and had the bases loaded. Momentum, folks, is a huge factor in high school baseball in any game, but it's a huge factor here today. Your Eagles had it coming out of the bottom of the 1st inning, but the Panthers have simply turned this thing around.
You know, Dennis,
taking the momentum over. Go ahead, David.
Dennis, I think if I recall back to that Porter game, it was a hot day like it is today. And Reese Grimes went, 7 innings?
He went 7 innings.
That was a 14-inning game.
Yeah, so this is his kind of weather, gentlemen.
Reese Grimes here in postseason play, 14 2/3 innings pitched. He has played in 5 games, credited with 1 win, 2 saves. He's allowed no runs on 6 hits, walked 6, struck out 12, sent 2 to the tattoo parlor. With those no runs, he's at a flat 0 ERA. There's no one better to be out there right now for the Eagles than Reese Grimes right now, Dennis.
Right, and based on that report just from David, the indication would be that this is Reese Grimes' ball game for the rest of the day. He's our stopper, and in here in the top of the 4th inning with bases loaded and nobody out. I doubt very seriously if we would go to anybody else, so this is going to be Reese's job to try to shut this thing down just at a 4-run deficit.
Of course. Galen, go ahead.
I think in this break we had a couple infielders go off and go down and get drinks to try to cool off. Down there, everybody on the right side, I think, on the right side of the infield went in.
Well, we've pretty much had long innings since the top of the 3rd, I guess it is. Top of the 2nd, excuse me. The innings have been very long on both sides, so it gets pretty hot out there. We've talked about that quite a bit.
Well, for Pearson, he'll be responsible for all 3 that are currently on. He's only at 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits. 10 total hits in this ball game for Colleyville Heritage, and we are only in the top of the 4th. They have been a hitting force this afternoon here in the state championship. 4th in the order, the senior 3rd baseman, number 16, Mason Greer, who is 0 for 2. Left-handed batter for the Heritage Panthers. No outs, leading 6-2. Grimes, first sidearm delivery, too close to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
It is interesting, Rob, to me that Reese would come in to face this left-hander as his sidearm pitches generally are working their way to the inside corner.
Next delivery to, that one looked
to
the outside.
Yeah.
Got a strike called 1-1. I thought for sure that was going to be a ball to the outside, Dennis.
Yeah, I thought that pitch got away from him, but called a strike on the outside corner. So
1-1 to the left-handed batter. This one, another hit over to center and another RBI single. And the add-on's happening. Runner going to try to get over to home plate, and he will be tagged out for the first out as he tried to take off. But nonetheless, Mason Greer putting those add-on runs now with a 7-2 lead.
First errant base running mistake on the part of the Panthers, but regardless, they put 3 more runs on the board here, and with just 1 out, have runners at 1st and 2nd.
That was Bobby Witt, too, which was surprising that he took off there, and he'll have the first out. So Bolsano over at 2nd, Greer at 1st. First pitch on the way. This one is popped over to right center. It is another base hit. Chandler Freeman. And Freeman may be able to bring in 2 as that one rolls all the way to right center. And a diving triple in plenty of time. Freeman over to 3rd. And the add-ons coming huge here in this 4th inning. 2 more runs scored. It's a 9-2 Colleyville Heritage advantage.
Well, a pitch that rolled out over the plate, and Freeman, being the good hitter he is, had already singled to right field. His first time up, took that pitch to right center field for the triple.
Brings up 6th in the order, the senior left fielder, number 8, Jacob Guerrero, who's 2 for 2. The first pitch in the zone for a strike, 0-1.
Eagle infield again, folks, with 1 down. A runner on 3rd is pulled in.
Next pitch is popped up. Should be catchable by Wood over at 1st with the sunshine in his shades, and it is for the 2nd out. Oh, Georgetown needed that, Dennis.
That was a huge out right there. Anything you can do to shut down this 5-run rally that the Panthers have put together.
And we've hit around.
Yeah, this is the 9th batter.
Jacob Berger, who is 0 for 2. The right fielder, left-handed batter. Reese Grimes pitch on the way, close to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes on 2 outs. This one over foul, barely off that first base line. My goodness.
Ball well hit, but just foul.
1-1 count on Berger.
Panthers 6 inches away from tacking on another run, but that ball did go foul. Of course, with the 2 outs, the infield has dropped back to normal depth. The outfield is fairly deep, as you can imagine. This Panther team has proven they can hit the ball with 12 hits.
Next one out of the reach for a ball, 2-0 count.
Hear the train, but it's going to take a while for it to get to Bomber Stadium.
Yeah.
Next one swung up foul off the third baseline. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Eagles trying to shut down this 5-run rally right now that the Panthers have put together. Oh.
Next one foul third base side. The count remains 2-2. The battle here for Jacob Berger.
He got around good on that one. It was a little too early.
Yeah, way out in front of that pitch. The low-speed pitch in front of the plate, and he just yanked it almost behind him.
Well, he stays alive here. Another one foul off the third baseline, Dennis.
Noah looks pretty deep out there.
Yeah, our outfield has backed up a good bit.
2-2 for Reese Grimes. Pitch in the dirt.
Oh, no.
And here on a wild pitch, that'll score a run because your wall is about 40 feet away from home plate, so the wild pitch will score another run as Chandler Freeman will come in and score.
Yeah, a ball that was well out in front of the plate and had a lot of spin on it. AJ unable to block it, and it goes back to the backstop.
10-2 your score. Colleyville dominating here in the top of this 4th inning, picking up 6 runs. They had 4 in the second. Next pitch on a 3-2 payoff. Foul off the third base side and into the fans. The count remains 3-2 on Jacob Berger.
The unfortunate part, Rob, is that Colleyville has just about found every way to score in this ball game to have that 10-2 lead.
This one popped up into the air. Georgetown got to communicate here, and no communication there, and it drops. My goodness. Error on that play. Dennis says it did go off of someone's glove.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see how they rule it. They do rule that an error.
So Berger will reach on the error, and we have batted around. That was an opportunity for Georgetown to get out of this one.
I hate to say it, but we're entering serious 10-run rule at territory.
Unfortunately, we are. The Eagles are going to have to come back and battle a long ways back, folks. But
two.
Berger, second time in this inning, he will bat. The first pitch is a strike, 0-1.
You know, we'll have to say we still have a lot of pitchers that could potentially come in.
This next one, Childress trying to get there, and Childress makes the dive. Wow, what a play by Childress out at center to finally put a little salt on the wound here. And Dennis, did they say he caught that one or not? It looked good from here, and the second base umpire is saying no.
First base umpire is emphatically staying with his call. Let's see what happens.
Oh, my goodness. Childress made a great dive out there. I wish we had video to see it, as it looked like a grab from here. David saw it, said it was a catch. That is unbelievable. You cannot miss those calls in the state championship. That is unbelievable, and they finally do give it to him. I was about to say, Dennis, you cannot miss that call.
Well, they're
this
not
deep in the run.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not through yet, but emphatically, the first base umpire out about 10, 15 feet behind second emphatically called that a catch. That's got to stand as a catch.
Well, Georgetown ran back into the dugout. There's only a few players sparsely populated for the Panthers. They've still got their runners over at first and third waiting. 2 other players out there, and that's about it, as all of the umpires talking things over.
Rob, is a 10-run rule in effect for a game like this?
It is, yep.
So these could potentially be the 2 runs?
Yep.
Well, after 5.
They have to play 5 innings.
They have to play 5.
And we get at least 2 more at bats.
Looks to me like we're staying firm. Yeah, firm with the call. The out's called, so the inning's over. Yeah.
Well, finally, Dennis, but the damage was done in this inning. 6 runs scored. Colleyville taking control here in this ball game. Those 6 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. We'll step aside and take a break. Eagles trying to dig back in, trailing 10-2. Bottom of the 4th coming up.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair. Mandy Murphy, cell phone and tablet repairs, including screens, charging ports, batteries, buttons, and more. Online at a1phonerepairs.com. Brennan Remodeling. Jeff Brennan, building equity since 1988. Email brennanremodel@gmail.com for all of your remodeling needs. The Central Texas Business Association, your go-to source for products and services from ethical businesses in Central Texas. Online at centexbusiness.org. Courtney Home Inspections. Chris Courtney. Whether you're buying or selling a home in Central Texas, Courtney Home Inspections is your go-to home inspector. Dedicated to customer service, a Central Texas Business Association ethical business member. Online at CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Gateway Mortgage Group, Matt Morrow. Gateway Mortgage Group, your local residential lender. When you need lending, remember, borrow from Morrow. Online at borrowfrommorrow.com.
Back in action
NMLS
here.
number 464148.
Wanted to make sure we got that in for you. Back in action here as we start the bottom of the 4th. First batter, Noah Thompson, hit the first one foul, 0-1 count. Next delivery to the outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Noah Thompson.
Rob down 10-2 going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Eagles just need to worry about trying to cut this thing in half, try to pick up a couple of runs.
Next pitch, Thompson hard swing, but it goes foul off the third base line into the net. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looking to see if we can get any kind of momentum builder here. Noah, great leadoff candidate to do just that very thing. Swinging the bat very well in the Mag West series and here in this series.
1-2 pitch on the way, swung around and missed, and that'll be the first out. Strikeout swinging for the Eagles.
77 miles an hour that time.
That's a changeup that fooled Noah completely.
Seems like a fast pitch for this pitcher. He hasn't been pitching very fast.
Yeah, he's got 3. He's
slow.
got 3 pitches. He's got that fastball and that changeup right there, and then he's got a curveball, and they'll all be in the lower 70s.
Dennis, my buddy Tyler Wolf, said we need to get Jack Frost to bring us out of this one.
Well, Jack Frost would tell you that Eagle Fight never dies, and I'm telling you there's about 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 fans that'll tell you the same thing as I will. Eagle Fight never does die, folks.
0-1 the count here to Grant Wood. The next pitch on the way, swung on and missed, 0-2.
Rob, Dennis, something I'm thinking about it down here as I see these pitches going across. He's pitching so slow, but their closer comes in and pitches at 96.
Yeah, that's just that good off-speed pitch. If you have to check the board, that's 62-mile-an-hour changeup.
Next one here, called a ball. The Heritage fans wanted the strike. They got a ball, 1-2 count.
It's all about mixing up speeds, and Caputi has done a great job of that, is mixing his speeds up, especially the last couple of innings.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Pitch on the way. This one hit foul off the first base line into the fans behind the net. The count remains 1-2.
We pretty much got to him, David, in the bottom of the 1st inning, but he's changed his pitches up quite a bit and had us off balance for the last couple of innings.
A little bit of time called here as Grant Wood will step out. Again, Georgetown trailing 10-2. Their 2 runs coming in the first as Georgetown led 2-0. Then it was 4 runs in the second, 6 runs in the 4th by Heritage. That's how we got here to 10-2. 72-mile-an-hour off speed and a swing and a miss for the second out. Back-to-back strikeout swinging for Caputi. He has been phenomenal on that hill tonight, or this afternoon. 8th in the order, the second baseman, number 11, Zach Whittington, who is 0 for 1.
Whittington has had a really good postseason this year.
Zach Whittington 0 for 1. Again, he lined one over to left for the first out. Back in the second, the pitch on the way, and this one inside for a ball. 1-0 early count, 2 away.
Rob just heard from one of my grandsons, Banner Allman. Appreciate Banner listening in to us on the ball game. I know he played 2 good ball games today, so look forward to seeing him play a little later this weekend.
1-0 pitch. This one popped up. Will it drop over to right? And it will. That is a 2-out single for Zach Whittington, who has been hitting here in the postseason run.
Gotta like the 2-out base hit. Give A.J. a chance to do some damage here if he can and get back up to the top of that lineup.
2-out party.
Bottom of the order, the catcher, number 24, A.J. Vasquez, who is 0 for 1. On a payoff pitch, he struck out swinging for the second out back in the second. A.J. Vasquez, a right-handed batter for the Georgetown Eagles, trying to give him some life. The first pitch on the way. This one fouled into the back of the concrete behind home plate. 0-1 early count.
Eagles looking for any kind of way, Rob, to put a run or 2 on the board. Anything we can do to keep this, in order not to let this game get into that 10-run situation.
Pick attempt over at first, barely getting back was Zach Whittington, just in the nick of time as Caputi threw it to Freeman.
So A.J.'s at bat here, Rob, is huge to try to get us back to the top of the lineup.
0-1 to Vasquez on its way. Too low and the inside for a ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
A.J., as we commented earlier, had a big base hit back in the Thursday afternoon ball game. If he could do that again here, could keep this rally going.
1-1 pitch. Vasquez had to duck under that one. The count of 2-1.
67 miles an hour.
That's what we call off speed.
But he put the brakes in the middle of the air on that one.
Tell you what.
2-1 right-hand delivery. This one.
Chop foul.
Chop foul at the plate. Dead ball. The count at 2-2.
Goes without saying that even in the fourth inning, since we're 3.5 innings into a 7-inning ball game, we're halfway through. Georgetown needs to come to life here, even with 2 outs.
2-2 pitch on the way to the outside. It's a full count coming up for A.J. Vasquez.
Really, really good at bat by A.J. right there.
I think the scorekeeper, I'm not talking bad, I think he's been asleep this game because it's the count's been off up on that scoreboard. It's a 3-2 count here on A.J. Vasquez.
And that does throw you off, too, as you're trying to watch the game and the board in your book.
Payoff pitch to A.J. Vasquez. It's on its way.
Yes.
And took the walk. Good job by Vasquez. That'll put Whittington over at second. Georgetown trying to get a 2-out rally started. We'll go back to the top of the lineup. Jeffrey David, who is 0 for 1.
Mr. Chinnis is coming in to run.
All right.
Jaden Chinnis, the sophomore, will run for A.J. Vasquez over at first. Dennis, what an opportunity for the sophomore to be out here in the postseason run. I've got to chat with him a little bit, and his folks are on social media. Just a wonderful family, the Chinnis family.
Absolutely, and a great young man as well, giving him that opportunity here. A.J. Vasquez, a junior, and Ty Tilson, a junior. Both will be back again.
This pitch, a wild pitch in the dirt, should advance David over to second, and it does. And that'll also move Chinnis, or I beg your pardon, Whittington over to third, Chinnis over to second.
Now a base hit here would be huge. It'd be a momentum builder, stop a little bit of momentum that the Panthers have. Of course, an open base. They may pitch carefully to Jeffrey David right now, but expect him to go right at him with this 8-run lead.
1-0 count after the wild pitch. It's on its way. David, hard hit. This one will line over to Guerrero at left, and that'll do it for the third and final out here in the bottom of the fourth. Dennis, Georgetown showing some life. Weren't able to capitalize as Whittington was left over at third, Chinnis at second in this inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. Eagle Baseball continues.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Georgetown Home Medical Equipment, Bill Pinnell. For all of your home medical equipment needs, Georgetown Home Medical Equipment is your source. For more information, visit them online at georgetownhomemedical.com. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Joe Bob, complete and professional automotive maintenance and repairs from ASE certified technicians. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Automotive Repair is your one-stop auto shop. Visit them next to Mel's Lone Star Lanes in Georgetown. Georgetown Jewelry, Ricky Poe. Dedicated to customer service, Georgetown Jewelry is your locally owned and operated jewelry store. For all of your jewelry needs, go by and see Ricky Poe and his wonderful staff, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center off Williams Drive and online at georgetownjewelry.com. Hill Country Audiology, Dr. Marla Pinnell. Choosing a hearing professional is one of the most important decisions a hearing impaired person can make. Hill Country Audiology is committed to understanding and helping with your needs. Visit them online at hcaudiology.com.
Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle Baseball State Championship 5A here live from the Dell Diamond. Rob Hipp with Dennis Allman, Galen Welnicki. Thank you for joining us as we go to the top of the fifth inning now. Leading off ninth in the order, the second baseman, the senior, number 2, Joey Ketting, who has been phenomenal here in this game. He tries to place a bunt here on the first pitch, and the appeal over to first base is a ball. 1-0 early count. Ketting has 2 runs in this game, but he's also with those 3 RBIs, Dennis.
Yeah, that huge double back in the second inning has sort of broken the game open, just to be honest with you. They took the lead at that time.
Next pitch to the outside. 2 balls, no strike. Reese Grimes on the mound for the Eagles.
Did have some left-handed activity in the bullpen a little bit ago. Just staying warm.
2-0 pitch from Grimes. This one, it's a leadoff single over to left. The bats continue to hit here for the Panthers of Colleyville, and that'll be a leadoff single for Joey Ketting. My goodness, he has had a great game.
He has. Don't like to talk much about it right at this moment, Rob, but in the top of the 5th inning, your Eagles have to keep this ball game inside that 10-run situation. I do not believe the championship game goes 7 if it's a 10-run rule.
Back to the top of the order, Logan Britt, who is 2 for 3. Pitch on the way to Britt, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Grimes trying to pick attempts over at first. The runner is safe.
The Hennison-Argyle book.
1-0 pitch. This one chopped over to Posey. Posey finally going to get some action in this game. Throws to second. The out is there. It's a nice job by Posey over to Whittington. It's the first time we've seen anything go to Posey this afternoon, Dennis.
Yeah, that was a very nice job. He had to charge the ball in order to make the play and did an excellent job as Brett reaches on the fielder's choice.
I felt that, Rob, that they've been trying to stay away from Cole Posey and Jeffrey David today.
It's normally the Copo and Jay David show. It hasn't been that here today. This has been all Colleyville heritage.
14 hits on the board.
Shortstop, Bobby Witt. It was 1 for 2 this afternoon. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. He's on base, though, on 2 of his 3 attempts. This one, over to center. It may line to Childress. Childress doesn't even have to take a step. He's got it for the second out. That's what the Eagles need.
This is the kind of inning, Rob, that we did need right here is keep this ball game at just an 8-run deficit to give us 3 opportunities, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, to chip away at this 8-run lead the Panthers have.
Nicholas Bolsano, 1 for 3 this afternoon. He does have an RBI, the senior. It's part of that rally back in the 4th inning where they put up 6 runs, did the Panthers of Heritage.
Although a warm day here, folks, what a beautiful setting and a beautiful sight.
Pitch on the way. Runner going to try to steal over to second. And the overthrow there by Vasquez, and the runner, though, will not advance, so no error.
Just a stolen base.
Just a stolen base.
Brett unable to pick up the sounds from Alan McDougall, his coach at third. He was trying to bring him to third, But Britt was pretty comfortable in this heat with just the steal.
You couldn't hear him jumping on the grass out there, could you?
Yeah, pretty much. I could see him about 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah, he was pretty upset he missed that.
Bolzano pitch on the way to the outside. 2-0 count, 2 away.
69 miles an hour that last pitch.
Next pitch. Got him on the corner for a strike, 2-1.
That definitely caught the corner because it was sweeping outside, but enough to catch the corner. So a good called strike for Reese.
Grimes, 2-1 pitch. This one swung. Hard hit. This
Trouble.
one may drop. And it does fair. It stays fair. That's another run scored as that one goes over to right, just shy of going foul off the first base line. And a double. Bolzano standing up. It is 11-2 here in the top of the fifth.
Well, that's going to be it for Reese. He's already calling for Jared Pierce, the left-hander.
Bolzano with 2 RBIs here in this ball game as Coach Adam Foster heads over. And that will do it for Reese Grimes, who has been phenomenal here in the postseason run. This has just been a cat of a different bite here. These Panthers have been simply unbelievable. We knew they were going to be. This is the toughest test of the season against the number 2 team with MLB commits. Unbelievable here for the Eagles, and for Colleyville Heritage, it has been one heck of a game so far.
Rob, you're absolutely right. I really didn't think that Colleyville would hit our pitching staff this way, especially as rested as they are. But they've come out swinging a bat. Jared Pierce now will come to the hill.
And they're just putting those balls in the right places. They're just dinking them out into the outfield, either in front of or behind our outfield there.
Jared Pierce, the lefty for the Georgetown Eagles, number 2. He has only pitched in 2 2/3 innings here in the postseason run in 2 games. He's allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. Those 3 runs were earned. He struck out 2, a 7.875 ERA here in the postseason. Mason Greer at bat again, 11-2 your score here in the top of the fifth.
Well, 19 of the 30 Colleyville batters have reached base. 19 of the 30.
Yeah, they have simply come out and looked like a different ball club than we saw on Thursday afternoon against Corsicana. Corsicana, who threw a left-hander at them and held them to 2 unearned runs, have come out and been a completely different ball club. Free swinging and really, as even David alluded to a while ago, but just the base hits have just found holes all over the ballpark.
The Colleyville Heritage team that has reached the state championship, I believe, for the first time in school history, leading 11-2 as their bats have been hitting here this afternoon on a hot day here in Central Texas. We're in the top of the fifth, 2 outs. Again, it's Bolzano over at second with the RBI double moments ago that brought in Logan Britt. Mason Greer, 1 for 3 this afternoon as he scored in the 4th as well after he singled.
Greer, who is a switch hitter, turns around now to bat from the right side with the left-hander Jared Pierce on the mound.
First pitch, a ball, 1-0 count.
The job that Jared has right now, Rob, is to simply keep Bolzano from scoring.
Next pitch, again to the outside. 2 balls, no strikes on 2 outs on Mason Greer. This one over to right should be catchable. Georgetown going to have to communicate. Whittington able to get under it. My goodness, he struggled to get that one, but he got it for the third and final out. More damage here done in this inning, Dennis. We'll keep it right here.
Hard to find that ball up in that sun as Zach had a little bit of trouble finding it. But a good job by Jared to come in and get the last out of the inning. Now the Eagles simply have to go to work here and figure out how to score 9 runs to get back into this ball game.
Here in this inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. This is a Colleyville Heritage team that has scored 11 runs on 15 hits, only 1 error. Georgetown 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. As we will start things here in the bottom of the 5th inning, we will go back to Jeffrey David, I believe. And we do have a new pitcher here on the mound for Colleyville Heritage. Can't see that number yet, Dennis.
We'll pick it up as soon as he turns his back.
Look like a 19. We always play a game. Who can get it first? Galen. Galen got it first today, number 19.
Well, that's Chandler. That's Chandler Freeman, who was at first base. So Freeman will move over. We'll see who now has gone into play first.
9 is over at first. That'll be Colby.
Oh, Crutil.
Yeah, Crutil. Colby Crutil.
He pitched Thursday night as well. So
significant more, or a lot more speed on these pitches so far. I haven't seen the miles per hour yet.
So again, Freeman now on the mound for Colleyville Heritage. He'll start things here in the bottom of this 5th inning. We'll have his stats here in just a few moments. I think I've got those. Just some basic stats, I think, in the guide there. Let's see what we've got here for number 19.
2-0
the senior,
record.
A 6 even ERA, 2-0. He's appeared in 12 games. That's really all I've got up here, Dennis, so we'll keep it at that.
Well, to look at a hard thrower is something that Georgetown is more effective with. So as we go into this inning here with Wyatt leading things off, see if we can't get some base runners and turn this ball game around. You never say die, you never quit, you never think you're not in a ball game, and I believe that Georgetown in that dugout, and David could probably tell us that that's the way the kids feel. They're not out of this ball game at all. We have 3 innings left to play, and they're not out of this ball game.
They all huddled up in the shade without the coaches, and you can tell they're determined to fight as hard as they can. There's no quit in these guys down here in the dugout. Confidence is still good that they can have a rally here.
We've battled back from a Thursday loss in the last 2 weeks to get here. They're not going to go down without a fight.
I believe this is Wyatt Childress at bat here, second in the order for the Eagles. First pitch on the way to Childress. A strike in the zone, 0-1. Childress wants that one back.
86 miles an hour.
Freeman's 0-1 pitch to the inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Don't know Freeman's number of appearances throughout the season, but do know that he has a 2-0 record.
One was low to the outside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Rally starts with the first hitter. Wyatt can find a way on. Eagles can find a way to battle back here in this ballgame.
11 runs, by far the most that Georgetown has allowed here in the postseason. Magnolia put up 6, but it was a 9-6 Georgetown victory in the previous series. This pitch too close to the inside. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Good opportunity here for Childress to get on base.
Rob Freeman appears to be one of those youngsters that's coming into the ballgame a little amped up right now, trying to settle down, but it's been pretty wild here in his first 4 pitches.
3-1. The pitch on the way. Little inchworm inside. He'll reach on a walk.
Dennis, something I might add here is that he has been out there in that black jersey and black ball cap and black helmet all day. So there's something to add to. If he does struggle, that's something to consider.
Absolutely. Came over from first base. Going to get a visit from what appears to be their pitching coach here. Let's try to get him to settle down a little bit. Yeah, I am somewhat amazed, David, to tell you the truth, that in a noon game that they would be playing in these black jerseys, but they seem to be effective so far.
Well, the only activity out in the Colleyville bullpen is a guy raking the dirt in the bullpen.
Well, the concern would not come at 11-2, but it would come shortly. There are a couple of players out there, but they've got towels draped over their heads because it's that hot. Rob Copose's got to keep it going for us.
Third in the order, the shortstop, Copo, who's on base both times. He's over, but he reached on a walk both times. He's got the second remaining run up there from the first inning. 11-2, Copo, the right-handed batter, the shortstop for the Eagles. Pitch on the way to Copo. High to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
5 out of 6 balls that Freeman's thrown. Struggling to find the plate right now.
Dennis, maybe you can help me. Why would you pull Caputi in this game? He was playing phenomenal. That pitch to the inside. 2-0.
I would honestly tell you that I'm not sure unless that was the design at whatever lead they had, whatever the situation was in the game. If they had a lead and he could have just been wore out. He might have said, Coach, I've given you all I've got.
Yeah, his pitch speed wasn't as fast as when he started, too.
2-0 pitch, checked on this one, goes across for a strike, 2-1. Copo.
In this kind of heat, there is a moment, and we saw it in our ball game with the Diamondbacks as Rosales just wore out in the 5th inning, and that's about the same part of this ball game. Caputi might have said, I just can't go anymore, Coach.
2-1 pitch on the way to the inside again. 3-1. The second time it's been a 3-1. Childress walked on the last 3-1 moments ago.
Caputi threw 66 pitches, and that's probably the equivalent of in the 80s on a cool day.
Yeah, and I'm sure they asked him to tell us when you're done. Tell us when you've got nothing left in the tank, because it's all about team play.
Georgetown beating the homemade drums. This pitch, oh my goodness, as Cole Posey thought it was a walk, he was already starting to make some adjustments, and it's a strike. 3-2. It looked close to the inside, Dennis.
Yeah, that pitch looked a little bit off of the plate. I think Cole thought it was as well, but regardless, it's 3-2.
Payoff pitch coming up for Copo. No outs, runner on 1 for the Eagles. A pitch on the way. Copo chops this one over to Witt at second, and it should be a double play, and it is. Double play on the 6-4-3. Childress out at second, Cole Posey over at first. It'll bring up Ty Tilson.
Even though 11-2 ball game, it's funny how you go back and you look at baseball games all up and down the scorebook. Had that pitch been called inside, the Eagles would have had runners at first and second and nobody out. As it is, they've got 2 outs and nobody on.
Ty Tilson 1 for 2 this afternoon. He's had a great postseason run for these Georgetown Eagles after hopping over from Gateway High School, a 3A school in Georgetown. First pitch on the way. High to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes on Ty Tilson. Well, David, a 2-out team. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's have our 2-out party.
Ty Tilson and A.J. Vasquez, 2 of our returning juniors to lead this team next year.
1-0 pitch. This one popped up. Should be catchable in right field. There may be some miscommunication, and that's fair. Off the first base line. Not able to come down with the grab. Tilson is going to try to get over to third. He's on his way. Tilson sliding, diving, and he's safe in time at third.
That ball hit in no man's land. Absolutely nothing that the first baseman or the second baseman, either one, could do. And Coutel, who has come in to play first, was backtracking, couldn't find it. And then, of course, over at second, Ketter did all he could. He made that great catch earlier in the ball game, but couldn't duplicate it there. And that ball fell just inside the line.
Ty Tilson with a sliding triple brings up 5th in the order the designated hitter, Wesley Dixon. Pitch too close to the inside, 1-0 on 2 outs.
Eagles looking to put a mark on the board here in any way that they can. If Wesley can just knock Ty home.
11-2, the Eagles trail here in the bottom of the 5th. Next pitch on the way. This one chopped over to Witt at second. throw to first, and that's in time, and that'll do it for the third out. Good job by Witt over for the third out. We'll step aside and take a break. Eagle baseball continues in just a few moments.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Home Away from Home Pet Care, Wendy Zubek, a family-owned and operated facility for private pet care in Georgetown. Over a decade in business with the goal to provide a fun, enjoyable, and stress-free atmosphere for your pets while they are separated from you. We want them to have a vacation too. For more information, visit homeawayfromhomepetcare.com. Ida Edwards, Realtor, a legacy you can count on in real estate. Ida Edwards has worked in Austin real estate since 1975. She has witnessed the ups and downs in the market, gaining her volumes of knowledge in Central Texas. Visit Ida Edwards online at idaedwards.com. Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare. Joel and Jackie Holcomb are one of the top-ranked Advocare distributors, focusing on customer service to help you find a healthy journey. Search for Joel and Jackie Holcomb on Google for more information. Mahan Roofing, Jesse Mahan, providing you with everything you need to make sure the roof over your head is safe, sound, and secure. A veteran-owned and operated business with exceptional customer service in Central Texas. Visit Mahan Roofing online at mahanhcs.com.
Welcome back, Georgetown Eagle Baseball. We also want to welcome in those Colleyville Heritage fans. Appreciate you joining us. Your team is up 11-2 right now. Been a great afternoon for the Panthers. Georgetown has been struggling, and we'll start things here in the bottom, or in the top of this sixth inning. Man, that scoreboard is – I got to keep looking at my sheet. That is throwing me off because it has not been updated out there on the screen, Dennis. We will start with the 5, 6, and 7. First pitch on the way. This one popped up by Freeman. And Wyatt Childress in the sunshine will have the grab. One pitch, one out. The reason I say that scoreboard, they didn't put a 0 marker there in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah,
it's not been kept up with here in this game at all.
Maybe they lost interest. They lost a little bit of interest, but
now they heard me. They put it up there.
There you go.
That's why we keep our sheets up here. Jacob Guerrero, the senior. He'll swing on this one. That's a base hit over to left. That ball has been favored there on that left part of the field as it rolls out past the dirt. Another hit here for Guerrero, his third of the afternoon. He is 3 for 4.
Based on scenarios in this ball game now, folks, Jacob Guerrero at first base becomes a huge run in this ball game. The Eagles have to play hard and well to keep Guerrero, or at least the runner on first base, from scoring.
Jacob Berger, right fielder. Pitch on the way. He'll pop this one up foul off the third baseline. 0-1 early count here on Berger. Boy, Galen, I'm starting to get hungry. We haven't talked about food yet today.
No.
Only a couple of ribeyes in the first. That was it. For Georgetown, rather. 0-1 count. Next pitch on the way. This one swung on. Will it stay fair off the third base line? No, it is foul. 0-2. Again, thanks to all those joining us on YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as we carry events quite frequently here on SHN. 0-2 pitch on the way. This one over to right. Thompson getting in a little action here as that one will go right to him after he took 3 steps to his forward and right. We're 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning.
Good job by Jared right there to get the talented right fielder Jacob Berger for the Panthers.
8th in the order, the sophomore designated hitter A.J. Smith, who has also been outstanding in this game. The sophomore has really showed his composure here in the state championship game, Dennis.
He has 2 for 3 on the day.
First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0 early count. One-0 pitch. Swung on hard, and it'll drop right in front of Wyatt Childress at center. Runners on 1 and 2. Well, there's that sophomore again, now 3 for 4.
Yeah, he's had a really, really, really good day at the plate. But again, folks, the run that's most important as Adam Foster is coming out right now for a visit. I think he wants to make sure we understand how important that runner is out at second.
We got somebody coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that'll do it for Jared Pierce. David, I know that's pretty far for you. Are you able to see who that is running into the field over here?
No, I'm sorry. I cannot.
Brooks Hancock, I think.
It would be
possibly.
It would be Brooks or Ryan Courtney most likely out of our pen, but we can't see the number yet.
Yeah.
Looks like Brooks from here.
And Dennis, you're exactly right. That's that runner on second base. That's the winning run, isn't it?
Well, not in the top of the inning, but it is important.
It is.
That we keep it at a 9-run deficit. We'll bat again. The beauty is if we can get this third out, we'll bat in the 6th and 7th inning no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hancock is on the mound now for the Georgetown Eagles as the pitcher, number 3. Brooks Hancock here in the postseason. He's only pitched 2 innings in 3 games, 1 win. No runs on 3 hits. He has walked 1, a flat 0, flatline ERA. Not a lot of action, though, here in the postseason. Good to see him out here in the state championship.
So Wood is still our first baseman, correct?
Yes.
So is he potentially able to come in and relieve in this game as well?
Should be able to, David, based on the pitch count that we think that he threw yesterday. Should be able to. It may not be necessary right now.
The season for the Eagles, still some life here if they can hold things on this defensive side with 2 away. They've still got some opportunities. They got to hold here. This is a Georgetown team. Dennis, 40-plus wins this season and over such quality opponents, even in 6A over Lake Travis, who lost the state semifinal game yesterday. That is a quality team, and Georgetown took care of them in the regular season.
The only team that Georgetown or Colleyville has any action with is South Lake Carroll. South Lake Carroll beat us 7-5, and they beat South Lake Carroll 4-1. So that's the only team that we have that the 2 played. But you're just seeing a different Panther team here today. They have come out and really they've just been hot. That's just all there is to it. And that happens sometimes. You hate to see it in the finals like this when you're on the short end of 11-2 lead, but they've just been hot. I mean, they've literally hit the ball.
They've been able to rally off these bats here today after a 2-1 defeat versus Corsicana yesterday. That was a close game. Corsicana gave them a fight. Joey Ketting batting now. The pitch, first one in the dirt, and a wild pitch will advance runners over to 2 and 3. So Hancock's first pitch, a wild one. That'll put Guerrero over at third. And if Smith is still out there, I didn't check to see if he had a pinch runner. Smith will be over at second, or at second. 1-0 count here to Joey Ketting.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any reason that they would, unless they're just pinch running to get kids in the ballgame.
Next pitch on the way to the inside. I believe that's a 3-0 count.
Yes,
Dennis, 3 balls and 1 strike. That other one.
Yep, 3 balls and no strikes.
3 balls, no strikes.
An open base at first, so to lose him here wouldn't. But you did lose him.
And a walk here on a 3-0 count. Ketting will reach, and again today, Dennis, if I'm not mistaken, the second time the bases have been loaded for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage.
And the difficulty is it brings up the top of their lineup again with Logan Brett.
Logan Brett, the center fielder, doing a great job today. All of these batsmen have done a great job here for Colleyville in this title game. This one will hit foul into the net behind home plate. The early count 0-1 on Logan Brett.
If you don't think Logan Brett doesn't want to hit, folks, Brooks Hancock had thrown 4 straight balls, and Logan Brett swinging first pitch.
0-1, 2 away. Runners, well, as they say, all the ducks are on a pond now. The pitch on the way. In the dirt again. Luckily, Vasquez able to get behind this one. 1 ball, 1 strike on 2 outs. I want to say hello to my little niece joining today. Saying, sorry I couldn't help, from Zoe. I hope the Eagles get more points. I know she enjoy you, Zoe. Appreciate your help this season as they moved from South Dakota a couple of years ago, and Zoe has helped us with several games this year. Love you, Zoe. Good to hear from you. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Pitch on the way. This one popped up to right. And Georgetown, a mental mistake, allows the runs to come in and score. Thompson not happy there as the communication was not there for the Eagles. This has been uncharacteristic Georgetown Eagle baseball, unfortunately, here in the state championship, and that'll score more runs for Colleyville Heritage.
Well, simply a ball that Zach got to, Rob, but lost it in the sun. As he looked up, he no longer could find the ball, and the run score.
And not just one. How many runs came in there? 3 runs come in. My goodness. So all 3 that were there came in. Guerrero, Smith, and Ketting, and Britt over at third.
And Britt credited with a 2-2 on the play as the ball was untouched as it hit the ground. A long run for Noah Thompson. That ball again, Dave, we talked about it quite a bit during this ball game in no man's land. It just dropped into no man's land.
Absolutely. They've been just hitting the balls in great places, unfortunately. Fortunately for them, not for us.
Yeah.
This next one popped up foul off of the first base line to Bobby Witt. Only 2 players on this Panther team that have not scored. Bobby Witt's one of them, and Jacob Berger. I think 6 of the other ones or 8 of them, Dennis, have scored, or 7. Beg your pardon. My math is all jumbled up. 0-2 the count here on Bobby Witt. Swing and a miss. Got him for the 3rd out, but not before more damage is done. We would have loved to see that a little bit earlier. In this inning, 3 more runs on a mental mistake by the Eagles. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And 1 left on base. We'll step aside, friends. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Georgetown now has to score as run rule in effect. 14-2 your score.
Georgetown Eagle Playoff Baseball brought to you in part by Mill Direct Carpet, Gem Lock for carpet, hardwood, area rugs, tile and stone, laminate, and all of your flooring needs. Mill Direct Carpet is your one-stop shop in Georgetown. Visit them online at milldirectcarpettx.com. Minuteman Press of Georgetown. Ty Gibson and Blake Nicholson. Your one-stop print shop in Georgetown is Minuteman Press. From business cards to brochures, signage and magnets, logo design, and just about everything you can imagine, Minuteman Press can help bring your business to life. Visit Minuteman Press of Georgetown online at mmptx.com. The Oak Ridge Disciple House, Joshua Harris. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a 501c3 nonprofit, faith-based Christian character building ministry helping men 18 years or older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, Oak Ridge can help. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Find that light at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Welcome back to the Dell Diamond as we start things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 14-2, the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage taking care of business today. Dennis, in that break, you and I were talking about it. 18 hits for the Panthers. That is simply unbelievable.
Rob, it really is. I just cannot believe that not only the Panthers, who are, arguably the number 1 or 2 team in the state, coming into this game, we were number 1, but arguably could put 18 hits together against this pitching staff of ours. So right now we've got to score some runs I believe, to keep this game going. So we have got to score some runs. Noah Thompson will try to get it going.
Noah Thompson 1 for 2, and going back to that, if the run rule is in effect, of course it's 10 runs. So Georgetown, if it is in effect, would have to score 3 runs to keep this game alive. First pitch on the way to Thompson. Got the corner for a strike, 0-1.
Heritage has already broken the tournament record for 5A for hits. The previous record was 15 in a game by Corpus Christi Moody.
Yeah, 18 hits in this ball game. It's incomprehensible to me.
0-1, hard swing and a miss. Great pitch by Freeman as he brought the heat. The count at 0-2.
Don't expect to see much out of Freeman for these first 3 hitters, but fastball, 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 fastball.
Is it 88?
If he's got an off-speed pitch, he might waste it, but we haven't caught up to his fastball yet.
Freeman's 0-2. High to the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Georgetown's Noah Thompson.
The rally starts with Noah. If Noah could just find a way to get on base.
One, two, swung hard and missed. 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That fastball at 88 miles an hour, and Noah just unable to catch up with it here in the bottom half of the 6th inning for the first out.
Well, this Colleyville Heritage team, the Panthers, they also have the nickname of the Dudes. And I was trying to find research that. Maybe some of our YouTube listeners from Colleyville Heritage, I was trying to research that, and I saw one person post that earlier. So I'd like to know where that came from. This one across the plate for a strike as Grant Wood looks at it, 0-1.
Freeman, who struggled a little bit with his control when he first came in back in the 5th inning, has had no problems here. Bottom of the 6th.
The 0-1. Inside for a ball. Aces across the board. Again, I want to appreciate everybody for joining us. Hit that subscribe button. Even though we broadcast for Georgetown, we want to welcome all of those Colleyville Heritage fans. Free as always. We don't charge for our coverage here on SHN. Hard hit over to left. Guerrero in the sunshine makes the grab as he steps back about 10 feet. 2 away.
Ball well hit off of the bat of Grant Wood, but played nicely by Guerrero in left field for out number 2.
So someone telling me here, and I don't know the acronym, but they said it was an acronym for the key characteristics in the players. That's where the Dudes came from.
Okay.
So thank you for that. We were trying to research that, and I couldn't find it. Zach Whittington for Georgetown, 8th in the order. That pitch too close to the inside. 1 ball, no strikes. If this is the run rule, this is the final out here for the Eagles, Dennis. We will know after this after this out. Freeman, right hand delivery. Swung on, fouled in the back of the net.
Well, we believe that the 10-run rule is in effect, but we're hoping it wasn't. So that's kind of what you're hearing, folks. You're hearing a little bit from us as hopefully we could get to the bottom of the 7th inning.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. This one fouled in the back of the concrete to count at 1-2. Man, I was concerned for a minute, Dennis. I saw an airplane flying around it. It was going low, and from here I was like, my goodness, it's a model airplane. Somebody is flying behind the park. That scared me.
Yeah, I see it now.
It really had me scared because that thing went down quick. 1-2. Don't fly that around here, guys. Come on. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one fouled to the net as well.
Zach Whittington battling up at the plate, folks. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Fouling a couple of pitches off, trying to stay alive.
The Dallas-Fort Worth area has been well represented here in this tournament and throughout the playoff series. These Colleyville Heritage kids got a lot to be proud of, as do our Georgetown kids. 1-2 pitch, hit him in the back. Nope. Oh. Thought he did, Galen or Dennis and Kalen, but they say nope. It's a ball. 2-2.
Looked to me like it hit him as well. Yes, South Lake Carroll will play in the 6A championship game here in about an hour and a half.
I'll read that acronym in a minute. I'm so glad that someone had mentioned that and brought that up. I think it's pretty cool. 2-2, the pitch on the way. Check swing here. The battle will continue. Dennis, it stands for dedication, uncommon, discipline, energy, effort, and selflessness. Dudes, that's what it is. So thank you for that, Jackie W. Appreciate you explaining that to us. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 14-2. Heritage with the commanding lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Right-handed pitch on the way. This one popped up. Colleyville fans getting set to get on their feet over to right, and that will do it. The Colleyville Heritage Panthers are your 2019 5A state champions. Your hat goes off to them, Dennis. An unbelievable day. 18 hits for the Panthers of Colleyville Heritage. A heartbreaker for the Georgetown Eagles. We'll step aside. We'll break this one down as quickly as we can because we got another game. We will try our best to get an interview with Coach Foster. I'm not sure if we'll be able to. If we can, we would love to. If not, we understand. Georgetown, you got a lot to be proud of. Congratulations, Colleyville Heritage. We'll be right back.
2019 Georgetown Eagles State Final Baseball brought to you in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair and Remodeling, the Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Home Medical Equipment, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Hill Country Audiology, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Mill Direct Carpet, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, Specialty Restoration of Texas, and Tiffany Palmer Realtor. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball.
Back here post-game, the Colleyville Heritage Panthers victorious. They're your 5A state champions, 14-2, second ranked. Today it was lights out. Your hats and hearts go to the Georgetown Eagles as they will line up Georgetown for the second time in school history. A lot to be proud of as the state runner-up. They wanted to replace that sign on the field. They'll get to replace it with the 2019 state runner-up, maybe add one to it, but they're still fighting for that state championship. A good effort, though, this season. I'm going to go ahead and thank some of the seniors, of course, all the seniors. Jared Pierce, Brooks Hancock, Reese Grimes, Cole Posey, Wesley Dixon, Jeffrey David, Christian Murphy, Grant Wood, Zach Whittington, Jackson Seosin, Wyatt Childers, Jack Brinley, Noah Thompson, Ryan Courtney, and one more on the list here is Jack Markey. Boy, Dennis, a great season for these Eagles. Your heart breaks for them that it fell short, but overall, you got to be proud if you're a Georgetown Eagle. Congratulations on a great season. It didn't end the way you wanted, but my goodness, you got all the way to the big show. You were the final 2 teams out of 128 you start with.
Yeah, not a bad, and that's 256 teams across the board, so not a bad situation in Region 5A. Disappointed for the kids, no question about it. But I'm telling you, they battled to get here. They battled through 2 series where we had to win a 3rd game, and they got here. They just met a team today that had it all together, and that was the Panthers from Colleyville.
You got to give them credit. It makes you wonder, what if it was a 3-game series? We won't see that anytime soon in a format like this. It would just be too much baseball, and we don't want to take anything away at all from Colleyville Heritage. But a lot of coaches, they say they would love to see a 3-game when you get this deep, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
I don't think it is. This is the format that they've gone through for so many years, with all the way now with 6A classification. But again, without question, my goodness gracious. These kids played hard, played well. We'll go home runner-up. We won't go home happy because we don't have the championship, but our fans will go home proud of this team, proud of these kids for the way they battled all season long. They played in the championship game, just fell short today.
And I will say, Rob, that Coach Dean, Principal Vanacek, majority of the school board is down here on the field with the boys.
Well, that's the way it should be. These kids are great kids. A senior-laden ball club that will only return Ty Tilson and A.J. Vasquez from the starting lineup. So these kids well-deserved, even as runner-ups, well-deserved to be in this title game.
We'll keep it right here just for a few moments. David England, a tough one here for the Eagles, but as I've talked about, you got to be proud of them. What an honor to cover these kids. I get emotional, too, because you feel like these kids are part of your family. I've been following them for a long time. Some of these kids, I've covered every game almost that they've played in their high school career. You got to love them. This is a special group today, David.
It is just an incredible program that Coach Foster and his coaching staff and all these young men and women that are working on this program. And, there's some tears shed down here today, but they've got to hold their heads high and be very proud for what they've done and how far they made it in the postseason and to make it to the state title game. And the principals out here giving them hugs and putting the ribbons on their shoulders, and Coach Dean's right behind them, and all the cameras are on them. This has been a memorable baseball club this year, and this team will go down in history, Georgetown baseball history.
David, appreciate you all season. I wanted to give a special shout out to the Austin media, good friend Joe Salazar down there from Fox 7. Dennis, these guys, they're out here at all these games. A lot of this media has been extremely gracious to us. It would be wrong for me not to mention Sean Clinch over at KView, who recently took a new job now as a sales rep for a pharmaceutical company. He's out of the sports business now. Sean Clinch has been a friend of Georgetown, who just went on the air for the last time over at KView just a few nights ago. He and Mike Barnes have been friends of Georgetown. Sean, thank you for all of your coverage to help promote these kids. Joe Salazar with Fox 7, Anthony Geronimo over at KI. Those guys have reached out to me throughout the season. I love those guys dearly and appreciate all that they do, not for what we have here, but for what they do for these kids here in Central Texas.
I don't think folks realize sometimes what sports writers, sportscasters, even broadcasters, what they go through as they follow teams in the morning, in the evening, in the night, throughout the out of town, out of state. Follow them everywhere they can go. Great job by all of those guys, no question about it.
Georgetown will get the state runner-up medals. Of course, Colleyville getting the championship here in just a little bit, but Georgetown, my goodness, so many kids would want to be in this situation as far as getting to this point.
Well, these kids right here, Rob, our kids, our seniors need to know the legacy they're leaving for those kids, because those kids are going to take the field, whether it be tomorrow afternoon, Saturday afternoon, next week. They're going to take that thinking one day, I want to play in a state tournament like Georgetown did. And that's the legacy that they leave. Yes, we did come up short. My heart goes out to them for that, and to Adam and to Dusty and to Jordan as well. But my goodness gracious, I am so proud of those kids, so proud of what this season's been about, and so proud of 41 wins.
Again, the reason we're still on here, we were hoping to get one last interview this season as Georgetown got their runner-up medals a moments ago. Now the state championship plaque being presented to Colleyville Heritage. Again, congratulations to Colleyville Heritage. You guys got a lot to be proud of as well for your team, and first time in the tournament, able to walk away with that championship. Well, Galen and Dennis, you better believe Georgetown, under the solid, tremendous leadership of Coach Adam Foster, Jordan Vieira, Dusty Brinley, these Eagles are going to be back. They'll be back in this house again.
Oh, they will. No question about it. Adam's had these kids here before. He had them here this year. His goal is always to be right here, and he'll have those kids again. I just believe he will. They're just presenting the MVP trophy. We're not sure who that is yet till he turns around, but well-deserved up and down.
I also want to mention that, this deep of a run in the playoffs, and we still, yes, we're losing some seniors, but we have a lot of youth as well. And they've spent a lot of time around the coaches for quite some time now. And that's going to help build the program along with all the other things that Coach Foster and his staff do with the camps and things like that. It's building tradition and building a strong program here in Georgetown. Georgetown athletics at all levels and all sports are just fantastic these days.
Absolutely, and this is, especially in the baseball program, it is designed to get to these kinds of positions right here, whether it be area, region quarters, region semis, region finals, or into the state semis and state finals. They prove they can do it, and they'll do it again. There's no question about it.
Dennis, I also wanted to give a special thank you to the Georgetown Eagle baseball boosters for allowing us the privilege to bring this coverage. It's never a right. It's never a right to be able to do this. It's a privilege. We are so appreciative of Georgetown Eagle Nation, Georgetown ISD Athletic Director Jason Dean, and former Athletic Director Todd York for helping us get things started back in the day and allowing us to do what we do here on SHN Sports. Again, thank you to the Eagle boosters, all of the coaching staff from Georgetown, and Eagle Nation. We've had a lot of support along the way. Folks such as Jake Posey, Cole Posey's dad from the Posey Law Firm, who helped us last year acquire equipment that we needed to bring these professional broadcasts. We couldn't have done it without the Posey family, the Childress family who has helped out, and so many others, the Grimes family. Keisha, I don't want to leave anybody out, but just if I didn't say your name, know that we love you and we thank you so much.
Runner-up trophy just being presented to the Georgetown Eagles. They're all gathering around to take that picture.
That is something that can go there, Dennis.
Go ahead. Say quite a sight. Anytime you're standing in the press box or in a seat here at Dell Diamond to look out on that field and see a Georgetown High School baseball team, that's quite a sight.
That'll be another one for the trophy case back at Georgetown High School. I got to tell you, buddy, that trophy case at Georgetown is decorated.
Well, David touched on it a while ago. The absolutely athletic program that we have at Georgetown High School, bar none, is fantastic. And that goes to all of our coaches throughout every sport that there is, both on the boys and girls side. It goes out to every coach. And you mentioned Todd York, too, the wonderful job that he did, having moved on to Midlothian, but the wonderful job that he did. And now Jason Dean taking over as as our athletic director. So just good things to come for Georgetown athletics.
Well, Georgetown boys down there hugging each other, and Coach Foster down there talking to some of the UIL representatives, and we will try to get that interview with Coach Adam Foster for one final time this season. Man, I wish I was down there, Dennis. I'd go up and give him a big hug.
A lot of media right now gathered around just to talk to him for a second.
No, not how you draw it up. We didn't have an answer for their bats today. They played better than we did today, and that's kind of part of winning and losing. We told them before the game, you got to show up and play better than them. There for a while, I thought we had a chance, and man, when they started steamrolling with those bats, we just didn't have an answer for them.
It started hot. You pick off win at second. You come back, score 2 there. You had the momentum, coach. Were you feeling good early, and then what happened next?
Yeah, I mean, we felt like coming into this that we had a chance to be the better team today, and we unfortunately left a couple runs out there in the first 2 innings, and that kind of changed the course of the game. And they got a big double there to clear off the bases loaded there with 2 outs, and that was kind of difference in the ball game.
How do you not let this overtake anything what this team did and what they accomplished?
Man, I don't know. Just gonna make me get emotional. These guys, man, they sacrificed everything to get here, and we came up a little bit short today. But I couldn't be prouder of the effort or the sacrifices they made to represent this community and this school the right way.
How about the seniors? What they left to this program this year?
Gosh, man, those seniors left a huge mark on this program. They left it better. They found it, and that's pretty hard to do. We've already been at the state tournament, but they certainly left this place better than they found it. We're going to miss all 15 of them. They're special, special young men, and we love them. We're very proud of them.
Coach, you got here with pitching this year. You got to this point. Are you surprised but that they couldn't hold it up today?
No, not surprised. I mean, I guess, yes, I'm surprised. I didn't think they'd have 18 hits and 12 runs or 14 or whatever it ended up. I thought it was going to be a really competitive baseball game, but every time they swung the bat, they found a hole, and we just didn't have anybody in that hole.
Was it some just little things, pickoffs that didn't go the right way, steals that didn't go the right way, balls dropping in?
Man, it seemed like every time we shifted to pull, they hit one oppo, and it was, just little things about baseball that caught up to us.
Coach, I know the season just ended and everything, but when how do you think you're going to look back on this year?
Oh man, I'm going to look back and smile. This is a great moment. I mean, just getting here is exceptionally hard, and then getting to the state game is equally as hard. These guys have poured everything they have into this team and this program, and I'm going to smile and I'm going to be happy about it.
Coach, congratulations on 41 wins throughout the season.
Thank
Just
you.
an incredible, memorable, historic season. Thoughts on how you're building this program and everything that Georgetown ISD is doing with its sports program these days, and what this means to the Georgetown community?
Well, I think it means everything to our community that we represent it the right way, on and off the field. Sorry, I'm trying not to be emotional. It's hard. We love these guys so much. You just want them to win that game. for them because they've sacrificed so much to do it. But yeah, our school district supports us a ton. We're getting upgrades to our facilities, and huge support on that end, and allowing us to be with these guys every day and change lives.
Do you have a minute or a couple questions from Rob?
Sure.
Coach, shake it, Brad. We spoke on the phone, never met in person.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nah, not a
you
problem.
back, man.
Hey, you had a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
Get them next year. You have everything to be proud of with these
Yes,
guys.
sir. Thank you.
Coach Foster, the questions have already been asked, so I'm just going to tell you thank you for the privilege to cover these young men. From the bottom of our hearts, we love this program. We love you, Coach, and the assistant coaches. Congratulations on a successful season, and thank you and your staff for what you do with these amazing kids, Coach. Thank you, buddy.
We appreciate you guys and the exposure that you give them and the love that you have for our community and our schools. So thank you to SHN. We love you guys.
Coach, we'll see you next time. One final time before the season's out. Who do you want to send a shout-out to tonight, Coach?
Well, tonight I got a shout-out to Georgetown and all the love that's been, on Facebook and Twitter and text messages. It's well received. We love you. We appreciate all the support, and we're going to find our way back here.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Once again, head coach Adam Foster. We love that coach. We love that community, or this community. Dennis, as we quickly wind this one down, a tough one today for the Eagles. But, again, Coach said, we got new facilities coming. We got a new wave of kids coming in. And under that leadership, it's going to be solid for Georgetown in the years to come.
Absolutely. A last quick word, Rob. So proud of these kids. So proud of the coaching staff. Hate to see us fall in this fashion in the state title game. But a 14-2 loss or a 2-1 loss, they both count as a loss in the column. So I look at it as simply the fact that we met a team today that was hot as it could be, hot as it was outside, to be honest with you, and simply came to play. And 18 hits, 14 runs. You're not going to beat that very often in a state title game. I'm proud of these kids. I'm proud of our coaching staff, and I'm proud of our city and proud of the town as we looked out over from where we are high above them at the effort and the excitement that they show. They never let those kids down. The kids never stop fighting. That's all you ever ask for. That's my final word. I'm thankful to be part of any Georgetown high school baseball program that you have.
Galen, over to you, buddy.
Baseball, probably as much as any other sport or more than any other sport, is which team is the best on any given day. It may not be the best team over the course of a season, but it comes down to in a single game like this, who is the best team on the field today? And there was no question about who was. We gave a great effort. We did what we could, but Heritage was better today.
Thank you, Galen. Dennis, I got to tell you guys, thank you so much for your mentorship. For me up here in the booth, I've learned so much from you, Dennis, in the past few weeks and month. Galen, I've learned so much from you over the years. Galen's the historian of everything Texas sports. He knows it all, and I say that in a nice way because, Galen, anytime I need history, Galen, I've never heard of this town. Boom, Galen's got the answer in about 5 seconds. So, Galen, thank you, buddy, for all that you do. Love you guys tremendously as mentors and appreciate you. One final time for Galen Welnicki, Dennis Allman, Nathan Hipp, David England, and all of those that have made these broadcasts successful and the most viewed and watched broadcasts in Central Texas. We thank you again. Georgetown falls short here in the 5A state championship. Got to be proud. Hold your heads high. Continue to soar, Eagles. As I always believe, the best is yet to come. Remember, friends, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there this afternoon needs you. Good afternoon, and God bless from Round Rock, Texas. We'll catch you next time.
2019 Georgetown Eagles. 2019 Georgetown Eagles State Final Baseball brought to you in part by A1 Smartphone and Tablet Repair and Remodeling, the Central Texas Business Association, Courtney Home Inspections, Gateway Mortgage Group, Georgetown Home Medical Equipment, Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, Georgetown Jewelry, Hill Country Audiology, Home Away from Home Pet Care, Ida Edwards, Realtor, Joel and Jackie Holcomb of Advocare, Mahan Roofing, Mill Direct Carpet, Minuteman Press of Georgetown, the Oak Ridge Disciple House, Program Insurance Group, Specialty Restoration of Texas, and Tiffany Palmer Realtor. Thank you for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle playoff baseball.